The following podcast contains naughty language and ridiculous situations. Listener discretion is advised.
of chocolate. She
Was it
loves
a cardigan?
chocolates.
Yeah.
So
Was it a cardigan?
no, it wasn't. It wasn't a
Then-
cardigan.
All right,
GFO.
we actually might have it working, so if anyone in the chat room could let us know, because I'm
of-
now getting a signal.
A few seconds ago, no sound. Now
Yeah,
I'm
they're-
buffering.
They're behind a little bit, too,
Okay.
so.
But
Yeah, I'm getting reports.
also, I went to go.
Yay. Someone said yay.
I went to the
All
movies.
right, cool.
I went to the movies. I went to go see Bumblebee.
So what'd you think of the your G1 origin story?
Your precious G1!
Yeah.
Goddamn
He's
right.
back with a fucking vengeance.
It was the opening 5 or 6 minutes, however long it is stellar.
And then it's
no
downhill from there.
no. The opening 5 or 6 minutes, however long it is incredible. It's pure G1, and I couldn't have been
That
happier.
means something different to you than it means to me.
Well, what does it mean to you?
Incredible professional wrestling spanned over like a 4-week
Yes,
span.
the G1 climax.
Yes. Ooh.
Which, as Chuck Taylor pointed out.
Well, this is the original G1, meaning Generation 1 Transformers
what do
from
you
the
don't you think
1984
that
to
Martha
86
Washington
line.
might have called George Washington that? He was the first president. His name was George. I mean, he was the first G1.
Oh, George, you're a solid G.
Yeah, he was the original G.
Yeah. G unit.
And even the voices were perfect for these characters. They were just fantastic.
Was the song there? That's all we really.
But
cared
the
about.
the soundtrack to this movie is fantastic.
The
Nothing but
touch it.
nothing but 80s, man. It was
We got the touch in it?
the touches in it.
Nice.
The touches in it.
Is it a real one or is it some BS?
No.
Stand
No. It's Stan Bush.
Stan Bush,
Stan
nice.
Bush's. They play for a little bit. They play some Smiths. Yeah. They play some. Who else? Trying to think. Jesus, why can I never figure out? I always say Cutting Crew, but I know I'm wrong on this.
Is it I just died in
No.
your arms tonight?
No.
Oh, I know who it is.
Don't you forget about me.
It's
That was in
Crowded
there.
House.
Okay, Crowded House.
No,
Yeah.
that's
No.
Martin.
Martin English?
Nope. Martin English is I'll stop the world
No.
and melt.
But
with you."
Aha is in it as well.
Simple Minds.
That's it. Why I can never remember that.
Don't you?
Yeah,
Because
it's-
you are a
tried.
simple mind.
Yeah. Once the zeros alone,
But
Hanson, you know it, baby.
with the story that follows it, it's not terrible. I mean, it's pretty cliche, and John Cena can't act his way out of a paper bag. Let's put it this way:
Yeah, he's
Will
fine.
Smith
He's
is
fine.
better
He's
than
fine.
he is. No, he's
Wow! Wow!
not. John Cena's just terrible.
John Cena!
Dun, 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 dun. What song?
And-
What Smith's song was in it?
Oh Jesus!
Does it
dude.
really matter?
He
They're all the
doesn't
same.
know. He
Yeah.
can't even remember Simple Minds.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, right.
Was it
I
Panic
don't-
on the Streets of Megatron?
I forget. I don't know which one. I can't remember. I was just taking it all in, and
Ooh.
I am a car.
the
I'm a robot.
the
I am a prime that is Optimus.
the CGI
I'm
in this
Optimus
was,
Prime.
I mean, for what I think CGI is worth, it was pretty good. The blending in from actual cars to CGI transformations worked fairly well. And then you get this really awesome shot at the end where you see it's not giving anything away, but you see Optimus Prime and with his trailer and Bumblebee driving over the San Francisco Bridge, which was really, really cool. And I there's gonna be a sequel. I can't wait for it. Now if whatever film they decide to do next is totally G1 and done in the vein of the way it is in the first 5 minutes of that film, I will just go absolutely batshit, because that is exactly how it was. Because they made them look good. They had the Tetrajets, they had Thundercrackers, Shockwave, Soundwave, Ravage, Laserbeak, Brawn, RC. Let's see who else. Ratchet. I
Clank.
think you could even see Teletrain 1 in there as well.
Even Teletrain 1.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Did they do the song? The rap song?
The rap song.
Transformer, robots in disguise. No. They're more than meets the
Transformer.
eyes. Megatron's the leader of Decepticons. He turns into a ray gun. He is the real bad guy.
And a John
That song in there.
The fuck is that?
Put your robot boom boom down. Was that in there?
I'm afraid not.
How about Transformers more than meets the eye? Autobots turn into the E.
Did you just have a stroke?
Decepticons. Transformers more than meets the eye. Transformers, robots in disguise. Was that song in there?
No,
This movie
unfortunately
really
it
sounds
wasn't.
like it fucking sucks, dude. You can get either
So,
song.
so overall, you said the first 5-6 minutes were good. Overall, how
Oh,
was
they're fantastic.
how was the rest of the movie though?
The rest of the movie is fun. It's you know, it's campy, but it's enjoyable. You know, I mean, I would like to see them make a movie just based on the robots and not on the humans. Fuck the humans. Make it about
Yeah,
the
honestly,
robots.
humans
Well, you don't want to
shouldn't
fuck
be.
the robots.
0000001 0000011
Harder. Harder.
The humans are dead. That's what I wish. I wish it was like the
I
Flight of
wish
the
it- yeah, I wish
Conchords.
it was
Humans
dead,
are
too.
dead. Yeah.
I poked one. He was dead.
you know, Cliff Jumper is in the movie as well.
They have sea spray.
C-SPAN.
You know what? There's so much going on. I don't know, but I don't think he's in it.
Golden Shower, was he in it?
Was
Water sports.
Blunken one?
Blanca.
Blumpkin one.
Oh,
Optimus Blunken.
and Dirge is in it as well.
He's your favorite, right? One of the Coneheads.
He's my favorite Conehead.
Yeah.
He's always been my favorite Conehead. So, I mean, overall, if a rating of 1 to 10, I'd give this a 7.5.
Okay.
Are you sure?
With the-
7
with-
and 1/2.
Yeah, with a majority of that 7 and 1.5 being the the opening.
I need context. Give me another 7 and 1/2 movie.
Mainstream movie.
Any old thing. What's
No,
a
no,
good
no.
one?
Well, it's context. Mainstream
Oh,
movie.
geez, I don't know.
Well, I don't have a
I'd have
scale.
to.
It's either
I'd have to
7
think about it.
Fucking damn it. This
Wow, that's really that tough for you.
Like what's?
Well, I'm being put on the spot here. I'm being said.
Well, it's not
Well,
like
what's
we
another
have.
7.5?
What about butt crack?
Yeah,
What's butt crack?
On a scale of 1 to 10,
yeah.
a 15.
Come on.
You know what the irony of this is? He's struggling with his own self-imposed rating. Yeah, if only we had a rating that we've used every single week for 300-something episodes that it could have put.
two. So out of all
All
the,
right, so I'll say it's a treat then. We'll do that then.
well,
leave it at
out
that.
of all the Bruckheimer films,
Bruckheimer?
is that he's the director, right?
No.
Isn't Bruckheimer the one that
Yeah,
made
but
he
it?
did the
didn't
other
do
ones.
this one.
What's what I mean? Out of all the pre-established
I
Transformers
thought it was
lore.
Bay.
Oh, it was Michael Bay. Yeah.
Michael Bay.
Oh, one of them. Yeah, Michael Bay. Out of
All
the
day.
Bay.
Michael Bay all day.
Michael Bay all day. Out of all the ones that have come out, is this the best one out of all of them?
By a country mile. Without question.
How about Bad Boys 2? Is it better than Bad Boys 2?
Oh,
I
boy.
fucking like that one.
My Bad Boys too.
Yeah, Bad Boys 2 is
The
pretty hard
devil
to
does
beat.
not live here.
Mhm.
Is that the one? I saw
Which ironically has Megan Fox, who appeared in the Transformers films. So go figure.
No, 6 Degrees of Transformers.
I don't think Megan Fox was in Bad Boys 2.
Yeah,
I think
she
she was
is. She's in
probably
a small
fucking
dance.
11.
She's in a small dance scene. She's got like a second and a half shot, and she's only 16, but she's supposed to be like 19 or something like that.
Oh boy.
How do you know?
Ew.
Wowzers.
Like, is that like a fucking age thing you made yourself?
No, that's a fact.
How do you know that?
Yeah, she's 16, but she's playing 19.
Whatever. You're fucking.
So
like
if I'm
the-
in this movie, it's okay.
You're sitting here like a fucking obese Kip Winger. Like, Megatron says she's too young, but she's old enough for me.
It's okay, officer. She's only playing 19. I saw the Aquaman.
You did.
I did.
The Aquaman. Is
The
that what it's
Aquaman.
called? The
Yeah.
Aquaman?
Yeah.
What did you think of the Aquaman?
I enjoyed it fine. I give it a 7.
7 1/4.
Yeah. No, it was fine. It's fine. A lot of CGI.
Of course.
Wait, no. Once
fucking
again,
ocean.
What are they gonna film
You think they're-
underwater?
Yeah, I
Like,
think they're
you know
going
what?
to use real water.
all right, Dolphin, you got to do let's block it out first and then do this move.
the Jessica Alba, Paul Walker movie, they really swam under the water.
Yeah, but did they interact with fish?
Yeah, a fish drove by. In a car.
Can you get a fish to act?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you ever see the Incredible Mr. Limpet?
Thank you, Montero. Thank you.
Hundreds of them, though.
Yeah, it's a lot of Mr. Olympus.
What about the trench? What are you going to do for the trench?
Yeah, no, it was good. It was good. I like Momoa. Good cast.
Ooh.
I do, yeah, Mimosa.
The Mumama?
Although he really should have been Lobo.
That's what friend of the show, Derek Rook, said today.
He'd been awesome as fucking Lobo because he acts like him, looks like
Well,
him.
yeah. They probably wanted to get him in a movie, and Lobo, like, that's like 10 years from now.
Oh,
If they
fair.
do a Lobo movie.
Right, no, but overall, I like
But if DC keeps going in this trajectory, like, they're probably, like, right now they're saying that this is going to break $1 billion, this
it's
film.
making some crazy money, I think.
China was fucking huge.
Really?
It made like $250 million
It
in
always
China
is,
before.
guys.
No, it's not.
No,
Not all movies. Not all.
No, but I mean.
Oh, come on. Not all movies are released in China, and but this one was huge. I think it had made like 250 mil before it even hit the States.
Really?
So already they had already like
Wow.
fucking
A quarter of the way there.
yeah to Bill
Jeez.
No, it's great. I mean, I like Patrick Wilson a lot anyway.
yeah he was good. He was
Oh,
good as
Patrick
Ocean
Wilson's in
Master.
this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He's
and-
like a major role. He plays Ocean Master.
Yep. Aquaman's half brother. And also, I'm a huge Black Lightning fan. Not Black. I am.
Black Manta, yeah.
Maybe just because of the Super Friends cartoon. He never really
Yeah,
did much in the books.
What did you think of his portrayal in this?
I thought it was great. On one hand, like he almost looked like too comic book accurate because he.
Yeah, yeah.
It was almost like.
A little ridiculous, right?
Yeah, but it's how he looks. It's how you remember him
Yeah.
looking. Even had the red laser eye beams, which
Yep.
is awesome.
I don't really remember much about Black Manta's origin. Was that anywhere close?
I think pretty much he was always been a scavenger or a salvager or whatnot kind of pirate. So
Was Aquaman responsible for part of his origin?
not to my knowledge.
Okay, so
no.
that might have been a new wrinkle,
that was
just to
added.
make it more personal and yeah.
Right, make him have like a mad on for him.
Yeah.
I liked Django Fett as the dad.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He was really good.
What did you see? Did you see the NKHJ?
Ugh. That was awesome. I was thinking about it the entire time.
Did you like the scene of her like busting heads in the house?
Yeah, it was great, but I was concerned about like how you're gonna fix that. Every
Yeah, the
laser
house was
blast,
fucked after.
I was like, that's gonna be a lot. I'm like,
Now,
I couldn't-
what role did she play?
She played Aquaman's Atlantean mom,
Yeah.
Okay.
and she comes to shore, and Django Fett played his
Django Fett.
like keeper dad,
His
housekeeper.
landlubber dad.
his landlubber. I mean, some of the battle. I mean, I liked how it had a globe spanning.
Yeah, it was
Adventure?
like a like kind of an action adventure movie.
You know,
Yeah, at parts.
she may be one of the few that, depending on the day, like I may love more than the big two. Like I always forget about Nicole Kidman, but like
Yeah.
I can't even I don't even I think I would literally go to jail if I ever saw her.
What?
I think I would just
God.
jump in the road and give myself a
An NKHJ?
yeah.
He's violently
A
like
D- a-
masturbate.
A DMHJ. But, like, yeah.
I love killing of a
Be
single
like,
deer.
Nicole Kidman just gave me a Dutch rudder, please.
Yeah.
You don't have to touch me. You don't have to touch my penis. Why is that funny? Out of all that we're talking about hand jobs.
That's where he crossed the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love her. I
Yeah.
love her.
Penis.
I like hearing Johnny say penis.
Eyes wide shut.
Yeah.
That's like
Well,
that's my porn tube.
yeah.
That's my-
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
That's perfection right there.
Yeah,
in that movie.
she's so loved. Like for me to love someone more than redheaded Scarlett Johansson or Felicia Day, like that's a
It's a
lot
bold
of
statement.
love. Yeah. Well, even maybe more than I don't know. I forgot about AP too. Like yeah, things are tough.
AP?
It's a crowded field for my heart.
What about
Who's AP?
Amanda Palmer?
Oh.
Which, by the way,
She
that was
doesn't
the,
have red hair,
that was
though.
the other fucking part of my New Year's. For some reason, Tiny decided to dissect my love for Amanda Palmer negatively. like,
Yeah, because she doesn't have red hair, so I don't get it.
it doesn't matter. I don't just.
Did she
like
ever red
redheads.
hair?
She had red hair. Sometimes,
there you go.
I don't. I mean, I like. I love Scarlett Johansson, and she doesn't always have red hair.
Well, who's your other girl? She played
Angela Bettis?
No, Scott Pilgrim. What?
oh yeah, she didn't have red hair.
Mia Flowers or Maya Flowers?
Yeah,
or-
that's the pinnacle of, like, my, like that's a strange conglomeration of my fetishes. So, roller skates and short hair
Roller skates.
and fucking dimensional travel. That's all.
Aren't you going to therapy so we don't have to listen to this?
Well, my insurance ran out, so you guys are stuck.
So this is therapy.
So lay down on the couch, Mars.
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
when you had the one that you had the crush on, did you lay down on the couch?
No, there's no.
Take your pants off.
No, I was gonna say, was that a little awkward? No. You want her to like cuddle up next to you?
No. I don't know what you're talking about. Dude. So tell me more about Aquaman.
So you liked it though. Like, how did it compare to the other DC movies for you?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it was.
it was good.
Yeah, it was fine. Actually, they didn't mention pretty much anything.
It was like totally fluffy though. Like,
Yeah.
I think Carlos said spoilers, so I don't want to get into too much.
Yeah, no, we won't. We won't.
This is just origin stuff. Like, we
Yeah,
haven't
yeah.
really jumped into any spoiler
yeah,
stuff.
nothing.
But we'll keep it light. But but it was definitely just kind of like an action adventure movie with superhero action adventure, and I thought a lot of the underwater stuff was pretty badass. You couldn't do it without CGI.
Oh no, and that wasn't a criticism. I mean,
it was just a lot of it.
was
Yeah,
a lot of it.
You had
and,
to.
like, and I am a huge Aquaman fan.
What about Willem Dafoe?
He was great, and
He's
the
loco,
cast
yeah.
the cast was dope. Willem Dafoe, once again, Eyes Wide Shut. Patrick Wilson. Who else was in it?
You're the one who just saw it.
Yeah, the dude that played
Amber Heard.
Amber Heard. Yeah, who I know is a thing, but I couldn't tell you what she was in before.
Didn't you see Machete, the second Machete?
No, I've not.
Oh, okay. She was
I've
in
not
that.
seen it. Was she?
She was in a movie we did, wasn't
And she did, yeah, All the Boys.
Yeah,
Love Mandy
Love Mandy Lane.
Love Mandy Lane.
Oh, okay. Was she Mandy Lane?
So you're trying to tell me that movie wouldn't be fucking better without Ryan Gosling? Let's get down to brass tacks here.
No, he. I don't think he'd be a good
Any
Aquaman.
movie would be better without Ryan Gosling.
Hey, Smith fans don't get to talk.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think he wouldn't be the bro Aquaman, but
Right? He'd be
I'm
the fucking classy
Yeah.
King Aquaman.
Yeah,
that we all
he'd be
love.
the orange and green wearing Aquaman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, stay tuned. I mean, there is. And this is a spoiler. There was a great scene. and-
This is a spoiler.
yeah, so there's a scene where a very cliched thing's gonna happen, and then it doesn't, and I fucking loved it. I fucking laughed my ass off.
Oh man, I'm now curious what you're talking about.
It's in the film.
Well, I've seen the film, but you're being very vague.
Did you fall asleep?
No.
Okay.
Did you? You
It
went after 5 p.m.
It came a little close. It was a little on the verge.
Did you get a HJ to?
No, it wasn't with that kind of company.
The popcorn
What?
trick.
Bob wouldn't do that for you.
Wait, so
Well-
you left the New Year's Eve, the year-end
I'm
show
actually officially
to go out
pissed
with
off.
a dude?
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
why
so you
are
went
you
over
keeping
with a girl.
everything so secret?
Yeah.
It's so fucking
What?
weird. Like you are like you fucking act like your life is like fucking like Aries doesn't want you to know something, he just won't mention it. Johnny doesn't want you to know something, he just won't mention it. You'll mention it, but not give like any information and then start acting weird about it.
You
You're
gotta
like,
say too. Well, no, it's all feeding things into the overall tapestry.
The tapestry.
Tapestry. Yeah, thank you, Monster Zero. I am. I'm painting a verbal tapestry for the listeners. And the new listeners.
What do you
This
use?
is not a
what are you
castle.
doing?
There are
Color
no
by
tapestries.
numbers?
Yeah.
What are you using? Color by numbers? Because we're not really getting much out of you.
Well, you gotta stay tuned, man.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, it's a whole lot.
What is this?
lot
A cliffhanger?
yeah.
Same bet time, same bet channel.
Right?
Same Raven channel.
Which I did wake up on New Year's Day to the Batman marathon on IFC.
Oh, I watched
They
a
were
little of
showing
that. Yeah.
And maybe I'm fucking reaching here.
Probably.
And I got the shitty block. I got one Catwoman, Julie Newmar Catwoman episode. A little bit of a penguin turning face, and then I got King Tut.
that was
well,
the
you wa-
fucking best one.
You watched the same block I did.
right? And False Face.
False face.
Yeah, remember False Face?
No.
He sucks because they couldn't do black. They wanted to do Black Mask, but they couldn't back in the day.
Yeah.
So basically, he's False Face. He has the False Face Society, like those plastic masks that you get in like the dollar store that are just clear.
Like airbrushed cheeks and eyeliner type of stuff.
You know False Face.
No, I'm joking though. Just trying to pretend I'm not.
But I had a weird thing though. I heard him talk. I was in the kitchen, and the way he was talking, I'm like, it sounds familiar.
Maybe you shouldn't do that into the mic.
What,
Okay.
hiccup?
Hiccup, yes.
Everyone's
Try
scared.
not to die.
Everyone's
well,
scared
do it-
Mars at the same time.
Do it off mic.
Broken toilet.
Broken toilet.
Still broken.
Broken toilet.
But Falseface
That's
has a cadence like he's like, "Oh, Batman, you're the false, the false fiend wins and whatnot." But at a moment, like he sounded like fucking Bane. He sounded like fucking Tom
Oh,
Hardy.
I wonder if
Well,
Tom Hardy got it from
Yeah,
there.
Bane would sound like him if you
Well,
really
that's what I mean. That's what I
watch
mean.
the
But like,
timeline.
or I'm thinking too much of it. But part of me thinks that crazy ass fucking Tom Hardy, like drew inspiration from like Falseface in some weird fucking way. Not the guy enunciates in any movie. I love the dude, but I don't know. That's what I thought about New Year's Day. Me and Oliver.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Then I watched this movie
Yeah. See.
that we're going to discuss tonight. That was exciting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And that movie we're going to be talking about is called Animal World. So, yes, so that's what we're going to be discussing tonight. And then we're going to be doing some the holiday edition of the Double Tap later on.
Oh, Michael Thorne played him.
We've what?
Michael Thorne played Falseface.
Oh.
And I've fucking never seen Falseface even one fucking time.
Come on.
Did they maybe not? I'm sorry, I can't argue. I'm choking.
There's probably at least 3 episodes.
There's 2 that I see, but
Toilet's broken.
did they maybe have to take it out of rotation?
What else
for some
scares
reason?
Mars?
I don't know.
Commitment.
Tori almost dyed her hair.
Rent stew.
Rest.
To be fair, that scares me too. man.
If I,
I think it's past due.
yeah, if I ever get to hear that rent is due again, I'll have made a very good choice. Because mortgage is due is no fun.
No, I got a lot of Christmas cards from National
Mars,
Grid.
why don't you just go
Yeah.
like into like sorry, Rachel, hold on, let me just get this thought out. Why don't you go onto international waters and play rock paper scissors and try to earn your house back?
You know why? Because if I was there, I wouldn't have the ability to rewind 4 times, and I have no fucking idea how to play. Check.
What are you gonna say, Rich Adam?
No, it was a joke you stepped on. That's fine.
Oh, good.
It probably wasn't funny anyway.
Stepping on
Thank you.
jokes since early 2019.
That's good.
Evil Corny says Ryan Gosling was so good in Blade Runner 2049 and La La Land,
He
but
was
he
fucking
ain't no Aquaman.
Corny.
Oh, he's from Alabama. He knows.
No, he doesn't know.
And we have, I assume it's Chromcast Josh. We have a Josh hanging out. He says, Happy New Year, y'all.
Happy New Year, handsome man.
And this is from a while ago now, but David Guido says Beast Wars is better than Generation 1 series, but not movie, in my opinion. Is Beast Wars better than G1?
Beast Wars sucks. There's only 2 decent. There's only not counting G1. There's only 1 decent Transformers series, and that's Transformers Prime. That came out in 2010. It might still be on Netflix. I'm not entirely sure.
Netflix is insane right now. Like every time I look at it, something like I just am like amazed at the amount of content. Like that's like a full-time job is keeping up watching Netflix. How can you possibly watch everything?
What are the hours?
Or not everything, but like how can you even
What's the pay?
Yeah, what's the pay?
not
Yeah,
not
right.
good, and the hours are 24 hours a day. But like I just saw like and once again Netflix, you know, with their finish and move, some series that I was kind of looking forward to. The She-Ra series just popped up.
Yeah.
Like no fanfare, it's up there now.
Oh, Happy's up.
Happy's up now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I added that. To
Why
my
don't you
queue.
watch it?
I added because I'm watching fucking this movie, but I added. I'm doing a thing now where I'm not going to start a new show until I wrap up what I'm already currently. on
That's
my
the end
queue.
of shows.
I'm trying anyway. I made progress over the weekend.
Hey, do you still have weights at your house, or did you get rid of them?
I didn't get rid of them. They were.
Stolen.
They were part of the split.
Can you tell him I need them?
Yeah, they were on. There was a line, and there was things I had. Ollie was on one. The weights were on the other side.
So you were
You chose
like,
the dog over
yeah.
weights.
Well, hey,
He's not gonna lift him.
yeah, well, hey, Ollie's kind of, he's got some pounds on
It's
him.
not like
You could curl him.
2-3 pounds.
Well,
It's a small dog.
No, he's like
and mostly fur.
8 or 9.
No, he's stocky. He's been putting on his winter weight since June.
Is he like 10 pounds now?
Yeah, he's a little. I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm bringing him to a preventative maintenance appointment coming up.
You're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, 'cause he's a big pork chop, Peter pork chop.
Peter Pork
Yeah, he's the Blanco sausage. Yeah, he's big.
Aries, do you have any weights you're not using?
I have weights and I'm using them.
Well, that wasn't the question. Actually, I asked if you had any.
MZ's got extra weight he doesn't need.
So here are my New Year's.
Completely stoic, and his face didn't even move.
Here are my New Year's resolutions.
Yes.
I want to try to get an
Oh wait,
acoustic.
this is going on the record, Mars.
Right.
You're saying it out. You're
I
gonna
am,
put it
that's
in
why.
the ether. Okay.
I want to try to get an acoustic guitar and learn how to play. So that'll take me about 40 years.
You're gonna be like Bon Iver.
I don't
Is
know
that his
what
name?
is.
Bon,
Yeah.
It looks like Bon,
Bon
Iver.
Iver.
It looks,
Yeah.
but I think it's Bon Iver.
I don't know. I'm
You're boning
I'm,
Iver.
I'm big bony bird. But so that's what I'm gonna do. So in 40 years, I'll be able to do that. So I'll enjoy that. I'm also gonna try to get a cheap digital camera and take up photography because I want to do more art that I.
You
don't
got
get
one
to-
right fucking there, dude.
Yeah, but I want to. It will make me feel better if I can go like that.
You're
Just turn the sound on.
No.
Like literally, you can get like, and I'm not saying like for all the people out there who are like, photogs. I'm not saying that a cell phone is better,
Mr.
but you
Carter.
have it right in your fucking hand,
Yeah, I
right
don't
there.
like that.
unless you're going to spend a large amount of money, just use your phone.
No,
'Cause
everyone's
otherwise-
talking to me all the time on that thing. I want to be able to
Well,
put
fucking
it
put it on airplane mode.
No.
What, so it flies away?
My life.
No,
is,
but
It becomes a drone.
my life is terrible.
I don't have it with me, but I just bought so I just got I got a new phone. Raven Chat, I got a new phone.
Why? What the fuck? We could have went together.
Just go.
I want to go with
I
Johnny.
went myself.
Why do you have to go with Johnny?
We don't do anything anymore together. We don't
And-
get pizza together anymore.
You're right. I didn't get
So
a pizza
you want to
tonight.
go phone shopping?
Why?
That's your idea of a romantic evening is phone shopping?
Well, in the afternoon, he doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke. Doesn't do anything fun.
So you
can
need
go out
so
to
you need
dinner.
him for him to take you around everywhere while you're wasted.
I mean, yeah, he's your designated driver. Is that what you're looking
Remember
for?
those days too? Was awesome.
Yeah. You used to have a designated
It
driver.
was the best. We'd see.
But
Rock
anyways,
Star.
I got the new phone. I got a new case for it, and it's I got a new lens that attaches onto this. One of the things I want to do. I'm not big on resolutions, but I want to make a short film this year,
Nice.
and I'm also going to be getting a anamorphic lens, which will look really sweet with this. So I'm messing around with it now.
Where do I
And-
audition? I want to be in your show film.
The cast and couch is in the next room.
Nice. A lot of couches this week.
So what are your other ones, Mars? You said
Uh,
guitar.
Guitar, yeah, I really want to play guitar. Because part of the
And
reason I want to
phone.
just, like me and Matrix talk about it a lot. We just want to fucking hit the road sometime without having to coordinate 20 or 30 people to be where we want to be. So, and I can't wrestle anymore, so that's the thing. So photography also scratches that itch. But you're going to be very happy with this one. I want some, I'm going to get some weights so I can be a jacked up freak like you.
Do some push-ups first.
I have been doing push-ups. I've been doing push-ups with my feet up on the chair, so I've been doing them at a weird angle. I don't know
I
if
thought you
that
s-
helps at all, but I saw it in Rocky 4.
it does make it more difficult. Well, it affects a different part of your chest. I,
I
don't know if
also
it's more
sing Burning
difficult,
Hot.
but- You just-
If
I
you're
did.
singing while doing push-ups, you're not doing the push-ups correctly.
Well, I sing it and record it and then play it. No, I have been doing a little bit
What
of
are you
push-ups.
doing?
I'm pretending I'm doing push-ups. I'm trying to sing or talk.
Who are you, Marcel Marceau?
It's not a question of the motion
Take it
hindering the
easy
singing.
over there, Moment Shots.
So Mars, you want to get some weights,
Yeah, just
just
I
some
know that I'm not
dumbbells
going to be able to do
or a
weights
barbell? Like, do you?
Like I would
Don't
like a
tell you
bar-
to pick up Raven Shadow.
I need a heavy weight. I know because of my learning disability that I'm not going to be able to lift very much over my head because my hands just won't support it. It's why I have a hard time doing.
I don't think I lift anything
Chin-ups.
over my head.
Yeah.
Well, just the military press.
yeah. So I don't know what I'll be able to do.
Actually, I just started doing the Arnold press, which is like this, but you turn it in.
I will feel more.
Gets the delts really good.
I'll feel more comfortable if whatever I'm doing I keep it below my chin. Because if it falls, it at least will crush my ugly monkey feet, not my head.
I thought you were perfect from below the waist. So you don't want to touch your feet.
No, that's I thought of that actually the other day. That claim is entirely not true because I actually you were there. I got called on it because I was talking about my weird monkey feet, and then my claim from being perfect from the waist down was not
It's
true.
just because you can't see yourself beyond your gut.
I'll have you know that there's one part of me that is marketable, and that's that, sir.
Your gut?
Your gut.
No, my gut is not marketable, but it's my biggest part. But the little dynamo is okay. Whatever.
If you say so.
Yeah.
So those are your resolutions. Those three. Anything else?
think that's 4, right?
Uh,
Photography, guitar,
weights
weights.
and
I got an agreement with Ledger that I won't like. It's a
won't
very
kill anyone?
broad agreement.
you won't kill anyone.
No, he doesn't. He fucking loves it when I kill people. That's his like opinion on certain things. If I'm upset about the show, he's just like kill him. He's like kill him, and then if you get caught, you don't have to do the show, and if not, Monster Zero, Raven Shadow, or whomever's dead. So, but no, yeah, it's just a. Basically, I won't do the things, but he's got me committed to. Basically, sick of me watching me bypass opportunities that I have. So he wants
Who's sick of it?
the Ledge. So that's I have,
Oh,
I have an agreement
I
with him
gotcha,
that
I
I
gotcha.
won't. If I had almost like what D Watt did a couple years ago. If
Yeah.
if someone asked me to do because like somebody asked me to do a movie and I did it. And
Yeah.
So if somebody asked me to do something even outside of my comfort zone, I'll do it.
That's actually how we got, basically how we got the Big Scary Monster Hunts at Midnight to happen, because Dr. Watt basically that year, he basically said, I'm not saying no to any cool opportunities that come along. So that's how we ended up getting that. So anyone else have resolutions? Raven Chow, you going to give up smoking?
Not this year.
Why not?
No, because I'm not, man.
What?
Everyone here has given up smoking.
Well, only one person.
Well, some of us never started.
yeah.
Well, think about how hard that is.
Yeah. All right, everyone start, and then we'll have a quit date together.
We've resisted the temptation for
Right.
many
Many
years.
years.
and
I-
we've succeeded.
So I did actually, I bought one pack of cigarettes in my life when I was like 16. I don't know why they let me buy them, but bought a pack of cigarettes, made it
You
maybe
look like a 25-year-old caveman at 16.
made it maybe halfway through the pack and threw them away.
Why don't you
Oh, so you did smoke?
Yeah, half a pack.
Half a pack
Oh,
in my life
only half a pack.
over the course of like 2 weeks.
All right, still, but granted, that's still considered
How
smoking.
do you not have the details of a story that is one sentence long?
Wait.
That you were present for.
you did cocaine off of a knife?
Wait, you smoked a cigarette?
What this boy be talking about? A cigarette.
Man, you know you smoked a cigarette. No, were you in a little pipe phase for a little while?
Yeah. That's right. I did smoke.
Crack.
You fucking had a pipe too, you asshole.
I did?
Or cigars or something. We used to smoke at the manor.
Yeah, like grown-ups.
Yeah, like grown-ups.
And even at the
I don't
You had a
I don't-
pipe.
I-
you had a pipe. I remember. You had a
If
pipe.
you put a
I
pipe in this
never had
asshole's
a
life,
pipe.
he would look like a flesh frosty snowman.
I. What are you talking about? You look like
You
fucking
did-
Darth Vader without his mask on right now.
That's not bad. Is that supposed to be bad?
It's not wrong.
I don't think that's bad though.
Now go, my son. Nothing can stop that now. Let me look upon you with my own eyes.
Whatever. I just got fucking slammed by Fred Dukes here.
Not Frank Dukes.
No. Talk about the fucking Kevin 11 blob.
Doesn't make it any less funny.
No, it was bad. No, makes it worse actually. I really feel bad about myself now.
man.
Thanks.
Hey, nice fucking show.
How about you, Aries? Do you ever do resolutions?
No, I don't do resolutions because those always get broken. I just try to do different things.
Well, to be fair, that's what you do. You break
You
things.
break things, yeah.
Resolutions are like bones. You break them.
Well, so you guys know Tyrion Lannister's like his gimmick is he drinks and he knows things, right?
Yeah.
Aries is I drink and I break things.
I need that on a shirt.
Yes, you do actually.
You should have the resolution to lose some poundage.
Lose some what?
Not you. You look perfect. You're a perfect specimen.
We're talking about me.
No, I looked at him though.
Who?
Don't
Raven
say-
Shadow?
Yeah,
You
No,
just point.
me.
I can't see.
MZ, you should have the resolution to lose some poundage.
I've already started that.
He did. You started it like a few months ago. And it
I've
fell-
already
it
I've
fell
already
flat.
started that, and I have not touched. I've eaten less. I've cut my. Look at this guy.
I've
eaten less.
MZ with his UTI.
Holy shit! This is equivalent to basically 8 sodas.
No, really?
The sugar content.
Just give me my fucking cranberry juice and shut the fuck up. Give me that.
But I'm just saying, if you make smart choices, look at what you're fucking putting in your body.
Yeah.
This is 8 cans of soda.
Okay. Well, nobody's saying I'm going to drink the whole goddamn thing.
Yes,
You almost did. You're halfway through it already.
You came here. It was
You're
full.
What, you
4
think I'm the only
sodas.
one who drinks that shit?
out of that bottle. Yeah. What do you fucking take the juice, pass it around? Here's the real question. Not only look out what you put in your body, look where you put your body. How'd you get a UTI in the first place? Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, it comes with an anal flap, you know.
Oh, God damn it.
That should be your fucking biography. Comes with an anal flap.
Comes for an anal flap.
Well, 2019 is off to a rousing start.
Yeah.
Talking
No.
about anal flaps already.
Already.
No, honestly, I've cut my my food intake in half. I started doing that today. Not
in
so
half
much
instead of 4 burgers.
No,
it's
not
2.
so much yesterday because it was it was celebrating my mother's birthday and all. But today I've cut my food in half, and right now I'm starving.
Did you
to
eat
death.
both halves? Did you eat both halves?
Aries, you were quick to the punch on that one. I was going to go for it. You took it.
Sorry, he loved that
No,
softball
I know.
up. I had to swing.
No,
you say
I
that
eat one
now.
half. I eat one half today. I eat the other half tomorrow.
You say that now, but Art Bradish has yet to be open.
That's very true. That's when the real test.
You
hits.
can have like free meals, like a meal where you just fucking go nuts.
Oh,
Splurge.
thank you, Richard Simmons.
Hey,
You're welcome.
don't mock him. He's in better shape than you are.
I don't know. He's
much,
almost a
Yeah,
perfect
much
circle.
better shape. No,
Yeah.
no
Yeah,
offense.
and look
MC.
at the hell he has to go through to get to that point.
What
Yeah, but-
hell?
What hell? Yeah, I like what I do. You have
He
this
makes
like
it-
impression
Him
that
and my buddy
being,
Coop make it seem so enjoyable that I want to do it.
Yeah.
And I never, honestly, I never listen to either of those fucking guys. Ever. They tell me to watch things, I never watch
But
them.
I've cut down on my food, and so as a matter of fact, I started.
Well,
to
you
be
said you
perfectly
didn't
honest,
start yesterday. You
to be
started
perfectly
today.
honest, well, that was for the new year. But
Yeah.
to be perfectly honest, I started doing that about a week and a half ago.
All right.
To be perfectly honest, so
Are you exercising
so-
too? Are you exercising too?
I'm trying. I'm trying. That gets a little.
That's your problem, and I'm not picking on you, but
Oh,
when
no,
you
not
when
you.
you say I'm trying, you're setting yourself up for failure. It's like Yoda says, right? Do or do not. There is no try.
Well, you know,
If he know he's 800 years old.
He lived to be
Exactly.
800. He knows
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
You know, he lives for 800 years. He meets Luke Skywalker, and next thing you know, he's dead.
It's a very Star Wars.
I don't even know what the
episode.
hell that means, but it has to mean something.
yeah, he lived in a dirty hut by himself with swamps.
Yeah,
and
look at
stunk.
Jabba the Hutt. He
Yeah.
was what, like 500 years old?
Yeah, he had friends over.
Yeah, he
they
had
were
a hot
partying all the time.
Party.
He had,
Yeah.
he had a
Yeah,
hot,
but
he had hot Princess Leia with him.
Well, that's called fucking kidnapping.
Rape, essentially. Yeah.
Well, no, this is a little bondage.
No, not
bondage
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
in a
In a
galaxy,
galaxy
far away.
Jabba the Hutt lived life. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
He did, and the only reason
he
why
also
he died
fucking-
is because Leia killed him.
But here's the reality: Jabba the Hutt laughed 10 times in that movie, not one time passed out. So he's in. So by fucking process of elimination, Jabba the Hutt is in much better shape than you. Remember when there was I was listening to live Deadites the other day to label them. Remember when there was a fucking full out Jabba the Hutt at the show?
No.
Oh,
The costume show.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
Oh, the
He-
costume. Yeah.
He won
I
the costume
I
contest.
thought you were talking. I thought you called someone Jabba.
No, the
Hutt.
girl who dressed as
Pris.
Pris won the costume contest.
The name of the character is on the tip of my tongue. I can never remember it.
Jabba the Hutt.
No,
Ice
no, no.
cream.
His little friend who laughed.
Salacious
Salacious
Salacious Crumb.
Crumb.
Salacious Beat Crumb, yeah, yeah.
Hey, you know what the
That's it.
music
That's
that the band? I found this out the other day. This is the type of things I learn at work. You know what the type of music that the band in the cantina play
What's that?
is called? You can look this up. Apparently, I haven't, but it was one of those things to prove that Mr. Lucas is probably on the spectrum because they couldn't talk him out of it. Jizz music.
Wait.
Yeah.
So in that by that rationale, there are a lot of like space clubs, like jizz clubs.
That's pretty hot.
Guess, yeah.
That's pretty hot.
There's
Space
jazz
jizz.
clubs, right? So jazz is this type of music, right? So if jizz
I
is
also
the type
think
of
that
If
they're
you want to
like-
look at it that way, yes, they were in a jizz club,
Yeah, space jizz.
looking for men.
well, one in Rome or a galaxy far, far away.
This isn't the jizz you're looking for.
Yeah.
I like the more progressive jizz that was played on Jabba the Hutt's barge.
Mm.
Yeah, but that was more like a synth jizz
Right.
sound.
Yeah,
They
that's
had
progressive
dances
jizz,
too
yeah.
while they were at it too. So it's
So
so
yeah,
you had
that's
the,
something
so you
that
had
you
the
fucking,
visual
Yeah,
all
one of
you
them looked like you.
fucking like
accompaniment.
Raincore Planet having motherfuckers didn't know. Jizz. Look it up.
That's fucking weird.
I'm sorry, I didn't. And they couldn't talk him out of it. I guess he's like, no, I'm calling it jizz
No, my original vision really wanted to have a jizz sound everywhere.
because it's like jazz, but it's alien, so there's an I in it. This is a good George Lucas impersonation,
It
right?
really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right here. I'm looking at Wikipedia.
Oh, what the fuck?
Jizz.
Jizz was a genre of music. Jizzwallers were musicians who specialized in the genre. Max Rebo and his band were popular jizz wailers.
Jizz whalers.
Jizz was first mentioned in Star Wars Return of the Jedi Junior novelization. Authored by Wider Windham.
They got to
Wyndham,
learn somehow.
and released in 2017. In an interview with the Big Event podcast, Alden Ehrenreich, who played young Han Solo, talked about research for his role as Han and mentioned that he read articles on Wikipedia taking note of jizz, among others.
That wasn't
Raven Shadow,
Wikipedia.
you're a jizz whaler.
Bob Marley and the Jizz Whalers.
What the? Star Wars is fucking off the rails. None of it was.
Yeah,
planned.
where are Rancor's from,
Yeah.
Wolfie? Fucking
That'll be
jerk.
fucking Dathomir, dude.
Ugh.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No one else knew that.
No,
I didn't know that.
we've had sex one time.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, once.
I feel like
MZ
Monster Zero might bring our average down.
Yeah, I was gonna say MZ spouts off, G1, Jizz 1.
Autobot jizz.
And roll out. I just don't like. I don't know. If you're George Lucas, I guess you can do what you want, but like, why do people have to like fucking?
I mean, there's nothing. Jizz is always jizz, right? I mean, there's no. Jizz
Oh, I
is a
certainly
jizz.
hope so.
Like, there's nothing else that it could be. Like,
Otherwise, well, sometimes it's blood, but then you go to a doctor.
well, like there, like Semen is a phone brand. It's also a role on a ship, and sometimes it's also bodily fluid,
Yes.
right?
Right.
Yes, you're right.
So words mean different things.
Can we get some Jizz Whaler flash facts?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, but I mean,
Yes.
jizz is only
Yes.
jizz.
I'm
But
gonna
it
come
still
over.
is a slang term.
Bill Nye.
Jizz is a slang term.
But there's nothing else that jizz could be but jizz.
Well,
Like,
space
like-
music.
I mean, Snoop Dogg can
Space
sip on jizz and juice,
Sipping on
Sipping
jizz.
on jizz and juice.
Laid back. But at the point where he
With my
was
mind on my Rebo and my Rebo on my mind.
at the point where he was dead set on calling it jizz music
Yeah.
back in 77, 76, it probably wasn't that widespread of
Yeah,
a term.
yeah.
Listen, it was fucking like jizz was everywhere. There was fucking no fucking. There's a reason why we all got here.
Turn on the black lights, we'll see.
It's the reason why almost all you guys have fucking multiple siblings. Not for nothing, but
It was everywhere.
yeah, it was the 70s. There were no condoms. It was just flowing in vans,
In Air
malls,
Sharkies.
in Air Sharkies, like
I don't know.
Air Sharky and the Jizz Whalers.
in the clubs.
That's the real trivia question. Which one of my children was born to the mother of the Air Shark?
Ugh. It was the one the mom who wore them.
Not
Apparently.
Alberto. Yeah, no, that's one thing we don't. Everybody has a no-fly zone, and that's mine. We don't mention her. Wasn't my girlfriend, no matter what Aries says.
Let me catch up on the chat room. This is going back like almost 20 minutes. Chromecast Josh asks Corny what was his final movie count for 2018. And Corny watched 430 movies
Jiminy Crickets.
in 2018. And you thought you had a lot to watch for the show, Raven Shadow.
Well,
So we watched about 62 for the show.
yeah.
I think you probably watched about 64 for the year.
No, I watched about 70.
I was 30 shy of my count.
But I watched some really good movies though.
Yeah?
I saw Barfly for the first time. I told you about.
Barfly.
The Blade Runner counts, and the movie I liked with the adventure one with the foreign land with the real surroundings. I talked about.
Guess how many movies I watched? Well, first I'll say that
Oh,
I
is
was
it-
30 short of my goal.
So 270.
No.
I don't know.
You wrote 300.
Close.
335.
If this was Price is Right, you'd be winning.
$1.
2.
I wasn't listening. I was looking up.
Yeah,
Jizz.
just guess. Guess the number.
23.
MZ?
Guess the
Perfect.
fucking number.
5.
Good.
It's not, no.
Fucking Mighty Joe hung here. No, I watched 330 of the 365. Well, actually, 330
You said
or
thir-
something. Yeah.
Okay, I guess
So,
it's a lot. It's a lot of movies.
yeah, I didn't. Not as
so-
many as I want.
Corny finished with 430, and he says he's watched 6 so far this year. We're only
haven't watched-
we're only 2 days in here, Corny. Slow down.
I haven't watched any.
Um,
Well, I watched fucking. Well, that's not true. I watched fucking Animal Planet. Whatever it's called.
Animal World.
Yeah,
Anima Planet.
Animal Planet.
Paps says, Corny, you watched over 400 movies last year? That is goddamn impressive. And Corny says, I have no life, Paps. Please help Raven Shadow get a new phone, Wolfie.
He watched fucking. He probably watched fucking 200 or so while I was stuck at the airport.
That's fair.
Oh, this is nice. Croncast Josh says, that pic Wolfie posted made me feel like a lazy bum, so I worked out today, damn it. That's awesome, Josh. And that's not that I'm looking to like inspire people, but I don't really. I'm not super. I don't talk too much about what I do my day to day. I do we do the podcast and I promote it. We talk about stuff on here. If people want to know what goes on, they can reach out. But anyways, I just thought I saw a lot of people talking about wanting to get into shape in 2019. So I just thought I'd talk about my own journey. And once again, kind of like Aries, I don't really do resolutions, but last April, it was actually when I got back from New Orleans when I went to go hang out with Koopy down for WrestleMania weekend. And got back, and I was like, you know what? I need to do something. And it was right around the time T-Dog started to training, like super, super seriously. Right. So I started to get into it, and I probably found a groove, I'd say, around like late August, early September, where like I started to challenge myself more, and that's when I started to like it. Because before, going to the gym, it's you kind of, sometimes people do it because they know it's the right thing, and you do it because you think you should, but like I think you have to like bond with it and find a reason to enjoy going. Otherwise, why bother? Like MZ said, MZ thinks I'm like in fucking like excruciating pain all the time because
No, I don't
I'm
think
vegan
that.
and lift. Like,
No, I don't think. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you're saying that you're in better shape than I am, and I'm saying,
Yes.
well, look what you have to go through in order to achieve that.
Yeah,
goal.
but if he has any pain, I guarantee that you have more.
not saying
like
he's
just
in
coming
pain.
up the stairs.
I'm not saying he's in pain or he's
Actually,
miserable
exactly
or anything.
what you said is that look at the excruciating pain you have to go through to get it.
Well, you know what I mean. I don't mean he's in excruciating
Not what
pain.
you say.
Oh, for Christ's sake, shut up, Darth.
And actually, we don't know what you mean because we all
Of
interpret
course
that,
you don't.
We interpret that differently than what you intended.
Of course you don't. What I'm saying is that he goes through a regimen to make himself healthier, and that's great,
Well,
You're
but
going through a
when you're
regimen to make
comparing,
yourself
when you're
look like a
comparing to
live
me and
action
saying
garbage
that,
pail
when you
kid.
compare it to me and saying, well, you look I look better than you do, and I'm like, well, okay, but you had to go through all that just to achieve that specific goal to
to
look better
achieve
than me.
anything, you have to like
Yeah.
you have to earn it, right?
Well, in his defense, he can't fucking lift genetics away. So
Yeah, I mean,
At
maybe
least
you
I
have
have genetics.
Maybe you have a magic lantern in your closet you can rub to get all your wishes. But most people have to
there's
work
only
to
one
do
thing that I
anything.
rub, and
And it's
you
not
call it a
magic.
magic lantern?
Yeah. The stuff comes out of it though.
Jizz.
Yeah.
not wishes.
yeah. You guys might not think I look very strong, but my right arm is healthy as a horse.
Jesus.
The right arm
For a
is-
minute and a half, and then it's dead.
But it's the most vigorous minute and a half that you
Probably
will ever see.
blistering and bleeding afterwards.
Is it possible that you're gonna kill yourself from jacking off?
It could be, but what a way to go, huh?
No, it's not a good
No,
way
that's
to
not
go,
a good way to
actually.
go.
Yeah.
Because somebody's gonna find you with your fucking
Yeah, with
pants
your
down.
cock in your hands.
You think I care?
With a mess all over yourself.
That's only if I care, and I don't.
Why start caring about anything now?
Exactly.
But you gotta plan
Exactly.
who's gonna find
I'm
you.
too old to care.
One person who sorry, I stepped on another joke, Raven
Yeah,
Shadow.
it's
Go
fucking
ahead. Go,
awesome.
go,
Yeah,
go.
yeah. No.
Fucking go.
No, monocle. Yeah, go.
No, go. I'm not gonna talk anymore.
Vegan. no.
Flip Wilson.
No. I forget what. No, please. You have the floor, Johnny.
Just the floor?
Yeah.
It's lava, watch out.
Oh, yeah, hold on.
So I just wanted to finish up the point, and our boy Smoking Ty actually said that he felt inspired to lift today too,
Nice.
which I thought was
He lifts too, though.
he used to lift.
He
yeah.
used to lift.
He's that dude's like naturally gifted, like
Yeah,
athletically.
he's like a weird. Like
Yeah.
we have a couple friends like that. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, but that makes me feel good that I did it. Like if anyone was able to get anything from it, even just like one day, and then the fucking motivation goes away. But as long as I don't know, I just because I don't really talk about that aspect of things, so I just thought it might people might be able to get something from it. And I actually got a couple of really nice like messages from people I haven't talked to in a
Nice.
while too, and it is what it is. I don't really do that very often, but if I just want people to be around, and you don't have to lift, you don't have to just take care of yourself, and whatever that means to you, like just I guess all I'd say is just do research and find out what you're putting in your body.
Yeah.
MZ.
I am not
Raven Shadow. Yeah, no shit.
I'm reading the ingredients right now.
Wolfie.
You can't even pronounce those ingredients.
While I thought your thing was very inspiring, I wasn't inspired by you. I have a very specific reason for doing it.
Mm-hmm.
When I started my long distance Skype sex relationship with Michael Koopman, that dude was a little skinny bottom, and now he's fucking like he's turned the tables. It's not good. Like he's fucking.
Jesus
He's definitely
Christ.
he's definitely like the dominant man in this situation. So
That's the
I'm
reason.
gonna fuck. Yeah, I just want to fucking even up the sexual dynamic. Why is that bad?
It's not bad, eh? Whatever you want, man.
I mean, he's like, honestly, fucking Coop looks like a fucking barbarian right now. Like he's fucking all jacked and crazy. It's weird. Just dating girls, which is bad.
Jesus.
Would you rather him date you? Is that what this is
Oh,
about?
it's jealousy.
You guys are making a joke, but I have a chat room to show you that fucking will confirm that beyond a shadow of a doubt. What do I usually say when he takes a picture with a lady?
He gets mad.
Yep. I don't like it. He's my...
Oh, what
my
what if
Koopy.
Ryan Gosling hears?
Yeah,
this? What's
no
gonna
kidding,
happen?
Ryan Gosling will... Yeah. Ryan Gosling already has his fucking 90-year-old wife or whatever she is. And his daughter, his fucking weird daughter, is probably fucking messed up from having a daughter with a 91-year-old Esmeralda. Probably keep her in the crawl space. Esmeralda!
I'm still trying to catch up on the chat room. Hold on. Corey says, please help Raven Shadow shop for a new phone. Wolfie, Aries and I saw him taking the battery out of the one he has, and it looked like it was being held together by dust.
Hey, you guys saw that?
Don't say hey. It's true.
I did that in front of you guys?
Yes.
No.
Jesus, dude, get
And-
a new
and
phone.
Raven
Come
Shadow, this is
on.
for you. Pap says, do it, Raven Shadow. Smoking cigarettes is fucking dumb.
Quit.
Yeah,
Quit.
no, it's
Quit.
it's
You know what?
Give me your cigarettes.
no,
Give me.
no.
Give them to me.
Give me your fucking
Is it-
Transformers.
How much?
Give me your penis.
No, quiet.
You're not getting your phone back. How do you like that?
Yeah, I think
wait.
that's a
Slow
good
down,
thing.
slow down. How much do you smoke a day? Honestly.
A pack a day.
Yeah,
You
but
smoke a pack a day?
Yeah.
So there's 20 cigarettes in a pack.
Right.
I want you to cut down to 15 cigarettes a day.
Yeah, taper off. You don't have to quit cold turkey. That's almost impossible.
Raven Shadow, we're not doing this to be jerks. We care about you, man.
Yeah, we want you to live.
I'm doing it to be a jerk.
All right. Not all of us, but
Look. Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Tomorrow, January 3rd,
tomorrow
will be the second anniversary of my dad's death.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And he died. He lived the way you are, with the smoking and the drinking. And that's ultimately what killed him. Liver failure, kidney failure, heart failure,
Hit by a bear truck.
AFib, all this other stuff. And it just totally shut his system down, and we saw him basically deteriorating for the next. He came down with shingles, and then he was deteriorating from there for the next like 2 years, which is twice as long as the doctors projected him to have. And then there was an accident at the house. He fell and he hit his head I think on the sink or on the tub, and took him to the hospital, and he never came back home ever. Yeah. And the whole thing, the whole situation with him all stemmed from his constant smoking and constant drinking. And his smoking he stopped about maybe 10 years prior. But by that time it was too late. He continued to drink less. He was doing less to the point where it was not happening anymore, where he wasn't drinking anymore. But at that point, it was too late. And my father passed away as a result of that. Now, he is, he's a great example of what'll happen if you keep going what you're doing. Mm-hmm. Seriously.
My mom never showed a single thing from like smoking. Like she never like had like a smoker's cough or anything like that. She was real strong lady. She had got hit by a car and survived. Jesus, yeah. She had mental problems, but she was like fucking strong as a horse. In Christmas, she said she didn't feel good. She went to the hospital, had a lung tumor, and was dead by the 7th. Just happens quick. That's the other thing that you need to think of. There's the story, the awful story of MZ, Pop, but then there's a story that you think you're okay on Tuesday and you're dead on Thursday. So, I don't want you to die. I want to do good things with you forever. So
yeah,
he'd want you to die though.
and I mean I didn't intend for it to be like a intervention like but like
in a 9 intervention.
Yeah. But we want you to be around, man.
Yeah.
Like I know we're still fairly young. Finger quotes, fairly young, but shit can sneak up on you, and that's
true.
It's all what if somebody, I'm not going to focus on you, but if someone wants to be self-destructive and enjoy their life and just do whatever they want, like that's their prerogative, and that's up to you or to each individual, but there is the ramifications of doing damage to your body down the road, and
the repercussions are severe.
And I think the things like, it's very important, like if you want to look at like the hardness or not hardness of it, right? And I understand it's an addiction and stuff like that, but just to kind of put it very close to home. So there are 5 people here, right? That's right. And then there's like 11 deadites, and all but 3 of them smoked at one time.
Right.
4, not John. Well, Johnny smoked not for real, but all but 4 of them smoked, and now none of them do. Like, I think Grandizer smokes like
around me.
Yeah, like if he goes outside and people are smoking, but he doesn't own cigarettes, or
right.
Like he wouldn't be at friggin' Newberry Comics or my store every single day if he had to pay for those. But like I just don't want. I want you to, I have. I feel like this is just, cool things are just starting. Just want you to be around for them.
Yeah,
the don't smart necessarily. Talk
really
about
this
movies with you, or Actually, that's you. Most days I probably keep him.
Yeah, the smart thing to do, dude, is you don't have to quit cold turkey. You don't have to see a psychologist about this. You don't have to do the fucking patch. All you just need is a little bit of willpower. Now, I know that's unusual coming from somebody like me, but believe me, I'm trying.
Let me just say that nicotine is addictive, so it's not just like cold turkey. Like, people can do that, but...
No, I'm not saying quit cold turkey. I'm saying taper off. Like you say you smoke a pack a day, take Aries' advice. Smoke 15 pack. So smoke 15 packs.
Yeah! Smoke 15 packs a day!
Let me clarify. That's not what I said.
Jesus.
Doctor, he's a god, okay? Is it 15?
We don't want you to become Betty Davis, all right?
Fucking Aries. I just want your approval.
Betty Davis died.
No. You know, 15 cigarettes a day. You know, do that for like about a week. Then
Jesus.
Oh,
10.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Are you dying again?
What happened?
I don't know.
What happened?
Apparently, you
guys-
caught a whiff of something.
Yeah.
You're all alone in here. Well, with this, no one else.
No.
What do you smell, Raven Shadow?
Is it you?
Well,
No.
it looks like he smells ass, so I'm gonna guess ass.
Someone burping here too?
I don't know
Destructive
anything.
burps.
You're the only one who smells it. Well,
That's
being
sad.
that there's this break,
No.
regardless of the health aspects of this, just think of the money you could put towards anything else.
Right.
Well, see now everything
That-
You could have a Porsche.
No, he's not going to own a Porsche. He's
I'm
not going to
just
own a
kidding.
Ferrari. 'Cause that I used to love to throw that in someone's face.
But you could go to
Well,
the
look at how
pawn
much
shop
money you
every
spent.
day.
You could own a Ferrari. Yeah, where's your fucking Ferrari?
Thank you, Aries.
But I smell that now.
All right.
Yeah, you're not alone.
What is it?
But it's your ass.
I don't smell it.
Yeah, I didn't fart.
I don't
smell
know.
anything.
Something's happening.
Did a leaf
But
fog
just
over my head or something.
Think about something you want that you can't afford, and think about how much money you're spending on cigarettes, and that will be a motivating factor to quit cigarettes.
Yeah. Better cigarettes.
Paps is telling us to lay it on him. It's all out of love. Quitting is one of the best things I did. And he says, I needed that reminder to quit. And David says, smoking is the hardest thing I've ever had to quit. And I'm not joking. It's a struggle every day, but you're a slave to addiction. If you cannot quit, then ask for help from a doctor.
Now, see in order to try and get this going, when we get a break, whenever that'll happen,
He's trying to get him to do it now. He's not
sit
going to
here.
do it now.
Sit here
He's not going to now.
or block the door.
He's,
Block the door.
he's gonna go. It doesn't matter. It doesn't, because you know what? My father smoked for years. He had health issues. I would go and visit my father because of his health issues. And as soon as I'd left, I'd light up a cigarette. It's beyond that. You need to set your mind someplace else.
Right. It has to be.
It's beyond the health, because you know cigarettes are bad.
Yeah.
You could put the warnings on the front, like Dennis Leary said. You could put the warnings on the front of the back. You know, it doesn't matter. You know, skull and crossbone. You know they're bad, but you're still doing it. You need to set your mind someplace else
Yeah.
in order
Yeah.
to help you get to that goal.
You have to want to do it. So, I mean, you know.
No, no, that's true. That's true. And we had some definitely significant stories that were shared that I do think about, and I was thinking about recently with the anniversary coming up, and that's
Yeah.
absolutely true.
Aries does have a good point, though. Even if you don't quit, like, even cut back on, 2 cigarettes a day or something. You
Right,
know,
and,
like,
that's
something. Yeah.
And that's is also someone who has been a smoker.
yeah,
and,
he did quit. Yeah.
and inspired me to smoke. So thank you for that.
Oh, so Aries
You had
is
to fucking do
responsible.
that, didn't
Yeah,
you?
well, I mean,
you
to
just
be
had
fair.
the motherfucker. Like, I haven't been listening to that for 20 years.
Hey, Raven Shadow.
Cigarette in one hand, beer in the other. You made me the man I am today. Yeah. Fuck off.
I never smoked. Right?
He just did other
You just
things.
want to say that, huh?
Just no. What do you? But
What
what
did
was,
you do?
He just shot
but
up.
what
He
was my
snorted.
what was my booze and drug intake?
What coca grenadine?
Yeah, no.
Dr. Pepper.
A little bit of whiskey.
Is that a thing? Is that good? Coke and grenadine?
You got all the
Yeah,
time.
Yeah, we used to do it all the time at Ground Round.
Yeah.
Coke and grenadine.
That's the cherry drink that you.
Oh,
make fun
Coke,
of.
Coca-Cola.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
Grenadine. Oh, that
Oh, yeah,
stuff.
no,
is
yeah.
good.
I'm sorry, my mind goes someplace
Yeah,
else
yeah,
with
no,
Coke.
I'll do that.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's the good
Like,
stuff, baby.
I mean, I just one day decided that I wanted to enjoy some of the stuff we do.
And now the flip side is, I know it's definitely not the same thing, but I
No.
I haven't drank coffee since October of 2017.
But
Really?
August.
Coffee is what you chose to quit?
Yeah, it's fucking. My doctor isn't impressed by that statement.
Yeah. there's really nothing that bad about coffee.
Well, no,
It's what
but,
you
Well,
add to it is bad.
yeah,
Yeah.
having like 6 cups a day.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a
that-
little too
that'll
much
do
caffeine.
Bad shit to your heart, dude.
You could do 1 a day.
Yeah.
I mean, you go into Dunkin's, give me a large black, and you're golden.
Yeah. I drink 1 coffee a day. That's it. And I just started drinking coffee about 5 years ago.
I stopped drink-
I wouldn't classify that as just, but
Well, in the considering that I never drank coffee before that, yeah, I would.
I also never drank coffee until I started hanging out with Aries too.
All your bad habits you got
To
from
be
Aries.
fair,
Yes.
yeah.
And I
Yes.
started smoking when I started hanging out with Aries.
But-
I was very Peter Parker when I was hanging out with Aries.
in partially my defense. He had a mullet when he met me.
No, I did
mullet.
not.
You did.
No, I didn't.
You did.
No, I
You
did
did.
not.
You
No,
did.
I did not.
Motherfucker, you had a mullet.
No, I didn't have a mullet.
You had a mullet.
You had a mullet?
Boom,
No,
boom,
I
boom,
didn't.
Jesus, no wonder you
business in
smoke.
the front,
No.
party
No.
in the back.
No.
They call
I
him
had-
the
I had
mascot
photos. You had a
barber.
mullet.
It was not a mullet.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't.
What do you call it?
It was like I had bangs. I had bangs, but everything else was long.
He's business in the front.
I'm gonna have a
and
cigarette.
the party.
Well,
in the back.
all right, we're gonna move on because it's getting really fucking late. But David says one more point. Says he's got to have to do it. He will sneak unless he's ready. Just let him know you're there when he wants help.
Yeah.
Raven Shadow.
Yeah.
I'm there when you want help.
We help me go to the fucking
I'm
phone
there.
store.
You got to plan something. You got to tell me, hey, can we do this?
All right, I'm gonna text you offline.
Text me right now.
No, you
Are
can't
you
text
going to
him
make an
offline.
honest effort if he goes to the phone store with you?
To go.
No,
with
I'm
him?
not going to do tit for tat.
I am.
Oh, yeah.
I'll do tit for tit.
Yeah, you bring.
Hey now.
Yeah, Johnny's all sexy now. He's working out.
Wiggling tongues.
He's all insatiable now.
The insatiable
I
Spider-Man.
know. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, I don't want to, but I should. And I will. I stopped drinking a lot. Yeah.
Well, you know, you quit on Mondays and Wednesdays.
Well, and some
That is a start.
and some
Yeah.
other time, and I don't drink whiskey anymore.
Ah, okay.
I probably had a shot. Well, it was a friend of mine, Thomas Smithe's birthday, so we had a shot for then. But very
So
rare.
that was a few months ago now.
Yeah, right. It was December.
I mean, if I have any skill that I am proud of, it's that when I do fall off the wagon, like and I'm not even like trying, so it's not like because I don't, like I drink a lot on. I don't know if anybody was paying attention, but me and Matrix like killed a bottle of Jameson and a bottle of rum, respectively. But
Yo
you know,
ho ho.
and then at night I was fucking up Skyping fucking vampires at 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, what's everybody doing?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So it's not a matter of being able to do it and not fail. It's a matter of doing it and doing your best to stay there.
It was a matter of failing and then trying again.
Right.
Our pal Anthony's hanging out in the chat room, and he says nothing wrong with 1 64-ounce coffee a day.
Thanks, pal.
And by the way, I'm getting all my AEW news from Anthony. AEW is Mars is rolling his eyes already.
Oh, I heard about this.
All elite wrestling.
Yeah.
It's gonna be it's gonna be like if you booked NCW,
Oh, that'll be
Why? Why do you say that?
not you.
No. But why do you
'Cause I
think
saw
it's going
All
to be
In,
that?
they were penis.
Yeah, but that
druids.
was one.
There
That was
what?
one show.
Yeah, you
Did
know.
you say
what's gonna
penis
happen.
wars?
Penis
Penis
druids.
I thought you said penis druids.
I don't know what that means.
And there was an angle brought on by the fact that someone killed somebody else with a talking boot. Like I'm not
What?
not ready for that type of wrestling. Black boots, black tights. Black boots, black tights.
So Goldberg all the way.
Who has been rumored to be talking to them. But no, there's a new wrestling promotion that's getting started, and it's Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks are like
Oh yeah.
are the sort of main masterminds behind it, and they just got financing from one of the co-owners of the Jacksonville Jaguars, the football team. Really? Apparently, $100 million to get it up and
I
running.
mean, he's only one.
100 million young bucks.
Yeah. I mean, that guy. I think is. I mean, he's
Pay
not
you
the.
in young bucks.
He's not the owner right now, but he also owns a like a soccer team. Like he owns a fucking ton of stuff. Like
Yeah.
he does analytics for the one of the baseball teams. Like he owns a company that does analytics. That's his main thing. His buy-in in the Jaguars is I think he's a junior, right? Like I think
I
if
don't-
somebody
yeah, I
kicks
don't
the
know.
bucket, he ends up being.
Yeah. But he's part of it, and apparently they're talking about getting a big TV deal. Maybe like TNT, TBS has been thrown around, so they're definitely gonna be contenders in the wrestling world. And with if anyone is familiar, they used to be the Bullet Club, and now they're the Elite because Bullet Club is owned by New Japan. So they've transitioned into the Elite though, and
Oh, they're out of New Japan.
well, it's to be seen. They're still wrestling for New Japan because Wrestle Kingdom's coming up on Friday, and they're all pretty much booked on the show. So it'll all depend. I imagine they'll have a working agreement with them. So Anthony says he only put up the money if he can be an active member of the roster. Killer Khan. That would be amazing. And Anthony also says the Penis Druids were the unsung heroes of the weekend, pal. They were all the pro wrestling T staff. Well, that's fun. Mars would have loved to be a Penis Druid.
If I can clone Shibata and have him fight Shibata every single match on a card, that's what I
Shibata
want.
versus Shibata.
Right.
Why don't you want Ibushi? He's a handsome man.
He is handsome. He's very good, but I just want to fucking boil it down to none of these distractions. I want a fucking tall.
So you want
gangly,
young lions, and that's
angry
it.
man? No, they're not that good yet.
Yeah, but
Wait,
black tights, black.
So
black
you want
boots.
me wrestling?
No,
You just said tall, angry man.
no, I said gangly.
You want me wrestling?
Just put him in black tights and black boots.
I don't think of two pro wrestlers of any level. I don't think I could think of anyone more opposite than Shibata than you. His name, Shibata's ring name is
What's that?
The Wrestler.
Well, that's not his ring name. That's like his.
Well, his name's Shibata, but that's like his
title, yeah.
His title, yeah. That's all it says. The Wrestler, not The Rock or Stunning or Beautiful. The Wrestler.
And Anthony says Okada and Shibata were the big druids. Well, what about that, Mars? What do you think of that?
I don't think it's true, pal.
Hopefully, we'll get to see Anthony soon, right? For
Anthony, why don't you come
Royal
over my
Rum-
house tomorrow night?
Royal
We'll
Rumble?
cuddle under the fucking Star Wars blanket and we'll watch Wrestle Kingdom.
Oh, pal, pull over.
All right, we really do have to move on. It's really late. We are because we're running off of the new computer. This is the first time we're running the live show off of the new PC. Not everything is functional. The program that I used to play all the music and the interstitials, it was sort of like a radio broadcasting tool that I had back in the day when I used to do internet radio. It is not compatible with the Windows 10. So therefore, we're not going to be able to do that. And I just don't want to keep clicking, or I don't want to edit either. It's one thing we don't do. We don't fucking edit. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play a Deadites track. We'll do that. And, in place of the interstitials, and then we'll be back right at the end. So, you get a free Deadites track for your efforts. You like that, Mars?
Jim Dandy.
Now let me find the music. Where did I put it? Oh, here we go. All right, so we are going to talk about Animal World in just a few minutes, but if you guys want to help support the show, we got some nice support last month from a few folks from PayPal donations. So if you guys want to help, there's a few ways you can do so. Head on over to trickortreatradio.com, scroll down, look for the Amazon logo, click on it, brings you right to Amazon. Everything you purchase in that session gets attributed to us. Doesn't cost any extra, Michael Ravenshadow.
But it helps keep the lights on.
That's right. And, you're going to be shopping anyways, so just go ahead and use the link. And also, we have a store. If you go to trickortreatradio.com, click on store. We have some digital content. We have Trick or Treat Radio Greatest Hits Volumes 1 through 3. We have some other premium content and some physical goods. Give it a look. If you want something, go ahead and place an order. Or we also have the PayPal donate button. Once again, right on the front page, trickortreatradio.com. Click on it. Donate. Any denomination will do. Anything you got, we appreciate. If you want to skip out on the 6 coffees a day and give us the, the balance of, just getting 1 coffee a day, we'll take it.
I went 3 days without coffee. And I literally would have kicked a fucking baby. It was getting bad.
You would have kicked a baby.
Yeah, I found somebody had left a Dunkin' Donuts gift certificate in the lost and found, and I called the main office and was like, hey, if something's left in the lost and found, like a certificate, can I use it? And as I was drinking the coffee that I already got with it, I was willing to risk my job to have that fucking coffee. I don't know. I just like.
Oh, I love it.
I like Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
It's good.
I just need the caffeine, and there's another reason too. I just didn't. I finally felt good. I didn't want to fuck with it.
Yeah.
Anthony says, I would love to, pal. I'll bring my toothbrush.
Whatever gets you off, but I've got the paste.
And we also got our boy D-Rook.
D-Rook.
Hey.
He says, evening, gents. It's so nice to see MZ showing actual love towards Raven Shadow about his health as the balls of the father chokes him out in unconsciousness. All right, so we are going to head to break. We're going to play a Deadites track, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk about Animal World. Do you know what I might do? Just because I'm feeling fucking crazy, maybe we'll put this up on the Facebook Trick or Treat Radio group live. I want to see if we can stream from 2 locations with the new computer without it fucking with things. It should be fine, but
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong?
yeah, what could possibly go wrong? So we'll try that on the way back, and maybe we'll get some extra people checking that out. And Raven Shadow. Yeah. Now is the part where you tell people what you did to prepare to watch this movie. Always curious. If you don't know, Raven Shadow's got these. He's got these crazy rituals when he sits down to do something. He's got these crazy rituals. He has to do this whole thing before he starts a movie or before he does anything. So what was the ritual that got you through Animal World,
Well, after all this
or
talk,
it got you to it?
I don't know if I can really talk about it. 'Cause all
No,
this
you can
fucking-
talk about
all
it.
this judgment flowing like a faucet.
It's a judgment-free zone.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
no,
fucking,
we'll all stare at you as you talk about
yeah,
how
it's
you
all-
smoked.
It's all cascading over me, all this shame and misfortune. As it was New Year's Day, okay, and I took the dog out, and then had some vodka, and then had some cigarettes, and then maybe a couple other things, my jammy jams. That was a really nice Star Wars sweatpants, not sweatpants, sleep pants. That was nice.
Pajamas.
PJs.
Jammy jams.
Master J's. So now I'm fucked up already. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. So I had some leftover pizza from the night before, because it's New Year's Day. No, I don't know. Is that true? Is it not true? Am I having fun with you? Am I telling a story? Did I wake up and have milk and scrambled eggs? Hell, I don't know. But you better believe I strapped on.
Vicious madness.
All right. We have returned. What were you doing, MZ, during the break?
Well, I was showing Aries the small opening scene from the Bumblebee movie that's been put on YouTube, which I'm surprised is still on there, to be perfectly honest with you. And Aries, why don't you take it from there?
I came a little. That was amazing. That if they had made the entire, because I haven't seen the movie, I just seen that opening sequence on his little phone. But oh my god, that was amazing. I really want to go see that now. If you had told me the whole movie was that, I'd like leave right now and go find the screening of that.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty stellar.
So what happens after that? They just kind of abandon that, or?
Well, they just take it to Earth, but there's sporadic scenes of Cybertron and what's going on there in the throughout the film.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like just that one scene and then the rest takes place on Earth. It's not
Yeah.
like that. There's a couple of added scenes that end up back on Cybertron. You see Cliffjumper, you see Ravage, and it's pretty awesome. It's really awesome. I actually teared up a little bit when I first saw it.
You teared up and had a chubby at the same time.
I did. It was unbelievable. It truly was. And now Aries can back that up.
Yes.
Just from that small clip.
All right. There you go. All right. So we're going to talk about this week's film, Animal World. Now, this film...
Toga.
Yeah, no, not that one.
Oh.
This one popped up on Netflix not too long ago. It's a Chinese flick that was released in the summer, and it is not rated, and 2 hours 12 minutes, and categorized as an adventure thriller. And it is directed by Yan Han, and written by Yan Han, and based on a screenplay by Nobuyuki Fukimoto, and it stars Yi Feng Li, Donggu Su, Michael Douglas. That's an easy one.
Can't fuck that up.
Let's see. The rest is listed alphabetically, so I don't know who is.
But there are.
Oh, Ji Wang as Fatty Meng.
Yes.
But there are what?
But there are also a bunch of non-Asian actors and actresses in this movie.
Yeah, there's
a ton of them.
A lot, like a very big international cast.
Yeah,
for sure. So, and there actually is a fair amount of English in this. I would say maybe about a quarter, maybe not quite, but there's
more than your usual
maybe an
Asian
eighth.
flick.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, especially Michael Douglas.
Right.
And the synopsis: a man finds himself deep in debt and is coerced to board a ship that hosts a risky gambling party. It's kind of putting it nicely that he was coerced. Kind of had no choice at some point, I guess. But so this flick popped up onto Netflix recently, and what interested me about this was the trailer. Now, in the trailer, you see a lot of these sort of visions of a clown. And I was like, this movie looks fucking batshit crazy. This movie is going to be awesome to like just to review and to check out. And I guess we'll get into that and figure out if it was awesome to check out. But you know, it had sort of a cool look to it, I think. And you know, I'm glad we watched this movie, and this is probably a good sort of like one to kick the year off with, or at least.
I don't want to
set the scene.
I don't want to oversell it, but #1 movie of 2019 so far.
Wow. You guys hear that? Nothing's going to top it until next week.
I just said so far.
Now it's okay to say that this is your #1 flick.
Yes.
Well, this is technically
So far,
everybody's
my
#1
#1
flick. Raven Show, is this your #1 flick?
Well, let's
Did you watch it?
listen. I don't know.
Raven Show, how many movies have we watched this year yet?
Did you watch Animal Planet instead?
Yeah.
Raven Show, how many what show is this in the new year? The first one, right?
First one.
How many movies have you seen this year?
One.
So is this movie your favorite movie of the year?
Well, that's where the discussion comes to play.
What else is gonna be your favorite?
Do I say we haven't given the trick or treat? Busta hasn't even fucking.
I'm not
talked
asking
yet.
for trick or treat. I'm asking if it's your favorite movie of the year so far.
No, I think you are. You're doing that thing you do where you try to like.
Doing that thing.
It doesn't matter.
Don't overthink this.
No, you're not.
This could be the Hellraiser movie of last year. It's still the #1 movie of this year.
That's not true. He saw Aquaman.
No, he saw it last year.
No, he
that
saw
we're
that.
He did see it last year. Yes.
Yeah, he saw it on New Year's Eve.
Well, he saw Blade Runner.
Yeah, no, not New Year's Eve.
Oh, New Year's Day.
And as
No,
far
no, no,
as
no,
far
Sun-
as reviewing on the
Sunday.
show,
Oh.
No.
Yeah, this is great. This is
I
wonderful.
worked.
All right, so Animal
I
World.
worked fucking New Year's Eve.
He
no,
won't
no.
admit it's his favorite movie of the year.
Why would I? Why just because I watched it? How do we know? It's
You
my
watch if
favorite?
you watch one movie,
doesn't mean
Hot-
I liked it.
it's also
doesn't
your worst.
matter.
It's also your worst movie of the year.
But is it my number one
for
movie?
fuck's
No.
it's not that difficult. If there's one movie, it's your favorite movie and your most hated movie.
You're
can't- we
asking me a trick or treat right now. I feel
No,
like-
no.
We can't even have fun with you on this.
It was a simple question.
All the nicotine in his fucking brain
Pass.
poisons his brain.
I'll tell you this though. I was a little concerned, Johnny.
Why?
I was a little concerned about this picture.
About the nicotine?
No, I didn't talk. Well, my doctors and my friends are
people
concerned.
smoking.
People- the person that cares about me, or whoever that person is. My nana's concerned about it. My aunt Petunia. But no, I was like, oh fuck, 2-hour fucking movie. And I just press play.
He didn't watch
2
it.
hours and 10
That's
minutes.
why it's not your favorite.
Listen, slow it down. But I wasn't really feeling like a period piece. I thought it might have been like a
It's
period
not a
piece.
period piece.
And that, to my surprise, you're
Why-
right, Johnny. It's not a period
Why would
piece.
well, what led you to
Yeah,
believe
Oh,
this was a
fuck me
period
raw.
piece?
It's just how my mind works, and I figured, okay,
Animal,
World.
Period piece.
maybe it's when animals
With a clown.
When animals, that's again.
When animals roam the earth.
He got it messed up with a childhood memory of all the commercials for Animal World tampons.
That's true.
You were just thinking about were you eating like animal crackers while you were watching this?
No, well, I'm sorry, Johnny, but my pizza had animals on it.
Okay. That's your prerogative, man.
No, I'm going to make you sad. But no, I'm having fun with
It's your prerogative.
it. But here's the thing. I was very much surprised in the first few minutes when there was the cartoon thing, and then there was the clown and the train sequence and all that stuff. I'm like, wow, I'm really locked in. I was locked in from the beginning. is what I'm trying
So
to say.
cartoons, you were locked in.
Well, no, I don't. It's very public knowledge that I'm not a big cartoon guy, but the cartoon clown got me interested, and so did our main character. And I'm like, wow, this is not a period piece.
You realized about a quarter of the way through the movie.
Yeah, I was like,
That's going to be on the box. This is not a period piece.
wow, this is not a
Wow.
period
Yeah,
piece.
wow. This is not a period piece.
Oliver was excited. He didn't
You're
want
the only one I know in the world that can describe a movie that we both watched to me, and I feel like I don't know what you're talking about.
There was, a lot.
There was a lot.
There was a lot.
I still can't get past the period piece. Like, I don't know why.
Johnny,
you would
I am going to
think that.
fucking deck you across this fucking table.
Because I picked
Because you had
the
to
movie.
bring this up.
What, the movie?
No, just asking him.
This is pure entertainment.
It's a.
What, in 5 words, what made you think it was a period piece?
2 hours Asian.
What?
Okay, credit for doing it under 5 words, but
Okay.
why?
I don't know. It was my first thought, and I woke up in the morning.
Is it because the do you think that it's because a majority of the Asian films that we watch are period pieces?
Thank you. See, Monster Zero understands me.
That's all right. So why didn't you just say that?
I think I did.
What?
No, I did. You just agreed with
Well,
me.
you understood me. You.
Hey, well, you're easy to understand, babe.
Hey, high five,
All right.
Mike, guys.
Just because the 2 lunatics understand doesn't mean the world does.
So what I'm trying to say was I was a little apprehensive because I don't watch trailers. I don't watch. I don't read synopses.
Did you earn this? I think it's time to take it away. There you go.
Did he ever
It's
earn it?
yours, Mars.
I think it was just on top of the Clorox here.
It's my birthday trophy. Oh, by the way, thanks you
Wow.
for everyone aside from Monster Zero that didn't wish me a happy birthday on Facebook. That was nice.
I did because I wished you one. I said it right at 12, and I fucking took my shirt off,
Ooh,
or I took my
yeah, you
sweatshirt off
did.
so I could show you my Raven Shadow shirt.
Yeah, but the world doesn't know that you liked my birthday if they didn't listen
So
to the
the
show.
world needs to know.
Well, it just would be nice. It would have been nice, and then you did. You did wear my T-shirt, and that made
Don't
me
worry,
smile.
don't worry, dude. His birthday's coming up. You
Yeah.
can do the same to him.
No, I would like his birthday. Say happy birthday.
So
Dave.
Facebook is like what matters? now?
No, but it'd be nice to add. It'd be nice to add.
Wolf, you have a news flash from a very reliable source right now.
Yes.
Apparently, in the new Fire Pro Arena, G Raver and Nick Gage are bleeding all over you right now. I was told to tell you.
What?
I have a picture here. Video game,
This is worth interrupting the show. For.
of video game Jesse getting gored by a video
Wait,
game.
let me see.
I
You don't have to unplug. Oh yeah, so that's definitely my face. Okay, great, Coop. Thanks. He's not even listening to this. Anthony says, "Sounded like this is Raven Shadow's favorite film of 2019." Oh, I think.
Or 2018.
Pal. It's no villainous.
David wants to know: is this movie based on a Jane Austen book, Raven Shadow?
Yes. Yeah.
Who's Jane Austen?
Sense and Samurais.
Sense and Samurais. Oh boy.
What I'm trying to say, Johnny, I was very excited when it was on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe you.
I was.
You were excited that it wasn't a period piece.
Nothing wrong with
Can
that.
we remove the? Can we just review the movie for Christ's sake?
I just wasn't feeling it at that time of day. A different time of day, maybe. Like, hey, you know what? I like petticoats.
You like petticoats?
Yeah. And buckles and tassels and shit.
Buckles.
What period are you watching?
Well, you know,
Are you in my closet?
Buckles and tassels.
I still have no idea how like fucking period piece. How you get period piece from Animal World?
I just had a sense, and then
You know what?
You have
Your
no
senses
sense.
are wrong.
Yeah. Your no
Your
sense is
dummy sense
tingling.
was
Yeah.
but I liked even like the little the intros and the colors. And I'm like, oh, I don't know, but I was into it. Right.
You were into it. All right.
So, what I'm trying to say, Johnny, I think you can agree with me, is that I'm excited to discuss this film.
Really? That's what you say?
Yeah. Because I was like, I don't really. I'm like, ooh, I do really.
Oh.
I said, ooh.
All by yourself?
Well, Ollie was there with me.
You whisper it in the dog's ear?
No, he heard me. I project. I project. So I think.
God. All right. I'm trying. Apparently, I can't stream to a group. I don't know if they changed permission, but I am streaming to the Trick or Treat Radio group on Facebook, or not the group, the page.
Oh, good.
The page or whatever the fuck. See, there we are. Hey,
Oh.
there we are.
This is a good time to stream.
Good time as any. So maybe we'll get some people tuning in there. We'll see. I don't know. Yeah. All right. So let me just mute this so it doesn't.
Good time to stream.
See,
Hey, well.
see, we're like 5 minutes or 50 seconds in the future.
Now we get to see him be a dick twice.
I need to put my hat on. I hate my hairline when I look at that screen.
All right. So let's
What?
jump into the movie.
Call our friend fucking Tiny White Barber at Lodge. He'll help you out.
Barber at Large.
Every time I'm over there, he plays that fucking video.
All right, so this, if you guys weren't aware, this is based on a manga
Okay.
called Kaiji from Nobuyuki Fukumoto. Obviously Japanese, and this was, this film is Chinese, so translated to a different culture. And I don't know how popular it was. I'm not familiar with it, and I didn't look to see how popular it was. But,
At least popular enough they made a movie.
well, it was also a TV series. There was an anime, there was a TV series, and then this live action movie.
Well, I'm not McGruff,
So.
but generally, if nobody bought that, they wouldn't have made
Right.
that other stuff.
Right.
Well, that's why we get into the period piece, because it's like 5 years old, so it's a 5-year
Yeah.
period piece.
To be fair. This split screens are fucking me up a little bit.
Life is fucking.
Why you
rude.
why you looking at it?
Well, except it's right in my eye line of sight.
Stare at MZ.
Yeah. Really? It's been a long fucking
I don't
20
want
years
you looking at
already.
me.
I've seen him. I've seen his balls. I've seen his smooth skin.
All in the same view.
Yeah.
All right, so let's jump into this.
Please.
So first, we sort of get this glimpse of the main character, Zhang Kaixi, I believe is how they say it, and he's dressed as a clown, and he's sort of like telling a little bit of history about, he watched this show. Do you guys remember the name of the show?
Super Clown.
Super Clown, yes, thank you. And I have no idea if that's an actual show, but so he watched Super Clown and it left this sort of indelible mark on him, and so now he sort of identifies as a clown, or parts of it anyways. And there's also this part of him that sort of makes it out that other people view him as a clown as well, like in terms of like a failure,
Right.
And he's got a job where he is a clown. That's what he does. And he, does parties. It's kind of like maybe similar to what Mars used to do. Work parties and stuff like that. Put on a costume.
So did Hector Guerrero here.
I forget about
fair.
those days, but yes. And and just shit's not good for him. His dad is gone. His mom is in a coma, and he's trying to pay the medical bills for her and everything. So this dude's kind of down on his luck, and he can't really make ends meet. He keeps getting docked for being late to work. All this shit's going wrong.
He has an unrequited love for
Yeah.
the nurse taking care of his mother.
Yeah, and they were like grew up together, and he sort of loves this girl, but he won't admit it because he doesn't want her to like be with a failure like him. So he definitely has some self-confidence issues as well. And she wants to be with him, but he's like, he just won't admit it. I think for her sake. So, anyways, she's a nurse, and she keeps eyes on his mom as well. And so one of his school friends brings this proposal to him to mortgage his apartment, which is, I assume, all paid off, to mortgage it and basically give it to him to sell off to go into this deal where he'd make double the money, and then Zhang would profit from it. That's sort of the idea behind this. But then Zhang's friend goes missing, and then it turns out that Zhang ends up owing all this money, and then that's when he meets Michael Douglas, and Michael Douglas's character basically says, okay, now you have to go on this offshore boat, and you have to basically put your life on the line to try to repay your debt.
Yeah, 'cause essentially they calculated his debt and how long it would take to pay it off. It
Like
was
34
said, like,
years or something.
40 years with
Yeah.
4 jobs or something like that.
and not
And
eating.
not
eating.
eat.
Yeah.
And by the way, you have 1 minute to decide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was definitely a racket, and so up to this point, we had a couple moments of Zhang sort of getting like we see into his head in a way, because he sort of envisions himself as this clown character, and when
Somewhat like a superhero, sort of.
and when he gets stressed out or when stuff's going on, he sort of likes to envision himself as this character fighting demons and cutting people up and killing.
In pretty awesome ways, too, I might add.
Oh yeah,
It's visually, it's striking. It's fun to watch.
yeah. There's this one scene towards the beginning when he's just on a train. And like he's just fucking slicing up demons. It's awesome. Like it's very CGI heavy and it's noticeable, but it's fun.
Yeah.
It works in the context because
Yeah.
at one point it can be kind of jarring.
Yeah.
One hand I kind of create is like the Creeper meets Deadpool is the clown character versus a bunch of like Men in Black kind of effects.
That's a good comparison.
like the way they kind of pop and they kind of become
Yeah.
the humans morph into the monsters or aliens, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, and as he's going along, he sort of sees people in this way, like if they kind of wrong him or do something, they appear as demons to him, as if he's like this good guy, like you said, kind of superhero, and everyone else is sort of the villain in his story, So yeah, it was cool. Like it was interesting, and I wondered where they were going with it, but sort of the unfortunate part is these visions don't really amount to anything other than like these cool visions, right? It's totally superfluous, where it has no bearing on what's going on really, except in his head. Which, it still is visually cool, but I kind of wish that there's maybe a little bit more to it,
And I wonder if later on there's a reason for that.
Okay, yeah,
Maybe to discuss later.
sure.
Well, no, I just feel it's what everyone does with situations. You pose with, do I turn right? Do I turn left? You think about what happens if I turn right or turn left. That's his just
Yeah.
ultra vision of the possible future.
Yeah, and there is that one when he's about to get on the.
Oh
boat.
yeah, and that just takes it to the extreme, and you
Yeah.
just
Except his ultravision is pretentious and matrixy.
and yours isn't.
I have 0 bullet time in my consideration.
I mean, his vision is.
I have a different matrix in my future
Yeah.
consideration.
but that matrix kicks you in the balls.
I pay extra.
But I mean, his vision is exactly how this is what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
what actually happens. Like,
Right.
I just feel that's really kind of accurate.
Yeah, and I guess in a way you're right, because a lot of us probably have this sort of fantasy fulfillment of, oh man, I wish I could fucking do this, but we can't. Like for whatever reason, because although he did do one of them, right? He did beat up the guy in the fucking hospital.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah.
Okay, no, but no, he fucking did.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. Yeah, exactly. But so it's this might be the weirdest fucking premise for a movie we've reviewed in a while. Maybe not ever, but in a while. Like, this is a fucking ludicrous premise, right? Like, he gets scammed into this, like, mortgaging his house, and then he basically is forced to go on this boat to barter his life for his debt in fucking rock paper scissors.
I like the premise.
I have
No, I
never.
did too, but it's fucking crazy.
I have never seesawed more in a movie in my entire life.
Yeah,
I couldn't, like, I was like, yes, no, what the, no, yes, oh my god, what the fuck, like,
yeah.
so my head was exploding.
The first 10 minutes were brilliant.
Yes.
And then we had 20 minutes of like it was sweet, but we got to see him with his mom and the girl that he liked. So not a lot happened though. We had 20 minutes of exposition and character building, but not a lot happened. So it went from 10 minutes of like kind of like crazy action to 20 minutes of nothing to, okay, now we get some more thrilling stuff, and now we get some cool like sort of interactions with the characters on the boat. Before that, we get another action scene with the car chase, which was awesome.
Right,
Like, I thought that was a really cool scene. And I think the film has just this really unique appearance to it. It feels cartoonish without like being too over wrought. I don't know.
It felt like a giant carnival ride, really.
Yeah, that's not a bad way of putting it.
I mean, I would kind of associate it with Scott Pilgrim.
Okay.
But not quite to the extreme.
Yeah, it definitely had that sort of cartoonish vibe to it, and kind of a fun vibe. So yeah, I think that's probably fairly accurate. And it just, they did go heavy on the CGI, but I think that it ended up being like really kind of interesting and almost stylistic, where it didn't really, because sometimes when you're seeing something that's very realistic, it when it's supposed to be realistic, like a monster or something like that, I understand the irony of me saying a monster is realistic, but like if it's supposed to be kind of a real thing,
Right.
versus this, which is supposed to be played up as sort of cartoony and fun, I thought that was sort of an interesting dichotomy, and it worked in this case really well. Actually, I just saw Eric Niffen just joined the chat. If he is watching, I'm curious if Eric is familiar with the manga Kaiji by Nobuyuki Fukumoto, because I know that Eric does enjoy his anime. So I'm actually curious if he's familiar with it, because I am curious. Obviously, like you guys said, they did make a series, they did make an anime about it, so I'm sure it was popular. But I don't know if it was, if it penetrated the mainstream in terms of anime. That I'm not sure of. And then, of course, we got Michael Douglas, who just...
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely seemed like kind of out of left field at first. It was like, Michael Douglas? I mean, I knew he was in it, but it just was like, all of a sudden, there he is.
See, I didn't know he was in it.
Oh.
I was like, what the fuck?
That must have been jarring.
Yeah. Thought he hit a button or something. I was like, what the fuck just happened?
So, you hit the Michael Douglas button. And... so he's sort of laying out the rules of what's going on here with do you guys remember the name of the ship? Was it the Dominion or something?
The Destiny.
Destiny, that's it. Okay, yeah. So, laying out sort of what's going to happen and telling him about it, and then we have that. Go ahead, Ramshaw.
Well, it's a large, like it's almost like a shield like ship. Like it's very almost
Like a
military,
cargo
like-
ship.
Yeah, but it's got like the helicopter on it. It seemed very like
Yeah.
It's half like cargo ship, half luxury line, like cruise liner.
And they're in international waters. It's the big thing they push for. They're out in international.
So they can
waters.
bet. There's gambling, and
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, yeah.
because it is sort of in a way. I wouldn't go so far as to say like the Running Man, but it's almost in a way like a gambling, like gamblers gambling on gamblers. Like it's just this weird like
Yeah.
sort of meta thing where
I kind of pictured like Arcade's Murder World from the X-Men meets Rounders.
yeah. It's funny. I knew someone was gonna fucking mention Rounders.
Really?
I should have known it was you. Yeah.
Well, Raven Shadow spins me right rounders.
That's right.
Rounders right round. You know what this strangely reminded me of? Like, I don't know why, and it's funny that it came from a manga because it's a very similar thing, but it reminded me of, like, I've only read a few of them, and I've never read, like, any of the more famous ones, like Harry Potter or anything like that, but it reminded me of, like, a young adult novel almost. Like, they all seem to have, like, a juxtaposition of,
Fantastic.
yeah, well, like something like a weird mix of like fantastic and like dread. You know what I mean?
I was almost thinking a little more like I Kill Giants.
Yeah, no. That's actually I mean that is I did think of that too. That is a good because of the fantasifulness. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Like I have to say though, I think I'm not saying I didn't like it, but what I didn't like it about it is his fantasies and the fantasifulness of the situation made it too much for me sometimes. Like it felt like cherry on cherry. You know?
Okay.
Like or Jason comes in and stabs somebody and somebody comes in and stabs Jason. You know what I mean?
cherry on cherry violence.
It just felt like too, you know, it just felt like too, like it was such an
Overkill.
absurd situation. Like that sort of thing seemed like a lot. Like I guess that's just the way I put it.
Yeah.
I felt like it was almost too sweet, you know?
Yeah, and I mean we talked about they have to play a rock paper scissors on this crazy boat, but like there's rules that are set up. I think it's okay to talk about. I mean, so they're given these cards, and they're given they have a certain time limit to play this game with all the various competitors. They're given how many cards are they given? 12.
12 cards.
and
12
three
cards.
and 3 stars.
And 3 stars they wear on their arm.
Yeah,
So-
and they have like a little
Like a band.
like a band where they can stick stars in them. It's basically like lives.
Yeah, exactly. And they're on there. There's each table has a referee, and they go and they play. And if you whoever wins takes the opponent's star, guy who loses star.
Yeah,
And the object of the game is they must be completely devoid of cards,
and have
and-
at least 3 stars.
at least 3 stars by the end. Then you go to the safe zone, or you go
To the black room.
the black room.
They called it the black room.
And it did not. And
Yeah, no one can
This
hear
is
you.
my microphone. These are my goggles.
If
And
you're gonna
I'm
make
not
a halfway decent joke, at least say it into the mic.
and I'm not even drunk. But I just tried to speak into my like I literally raised my goggles to my
Very
mouth.
good.
So not only was I far away from the mic, there were goggles in the way. I'm just gonna the floor.
Well,
Number one, the floor is yours.
well. Speaking of, our buddy Anthony did give us a donation on PayPal, so thank you very much, Anthony.
Thank you.
thank you, pal.
Thank
We
you,
appreciate it, pal. And
Thank you.
maybe if we get enough shekels, we can buy Mars a microphone for his goggles, a goggle mic.
Now, there's also, they said too that every area of the ship is on camera. They made a point to say that.
Correct.
Yeah,
Which
and
I
and
got some issues with.
some of the story unfolds as we go. Like we don't realize that it's that there's cameras at first. You know, we have Michael Douglas comes out and gives this sort of like I don't really want to call it an info dump, but gives all the rules that you just mentioned, and then it's interesting because obviously there's some wiggle room with the rules because he doesn't say that there's no cheating or like all these other things. Like, so later on, and this isn't really spoiler, but we have one guy who tries to flush his cards down the toilet. Just figures like, hey, I'll just get rid of them this way, and then I'll win.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting. We're faced with an interesting premise. Like it's the rock paper scissors was a little like I thought it was gonna be like high stakes poker or something, but no,
Yeah.
it was just. And I actually appreciated that after the initial sort of like, kind of laughing about it, the initial chuckle. I just thought that it was actually kind of ingenious, especially as we go on. Because then we have like this whole thing about Zhang using his math skills,
Right.
which he has,
And it's also the suspense that they use in who has what cards and how many.
Oh, the
of
over
the-
analyzing of who has
Yeah,
what
yeah.
and the
I thought that was great.
Yeah, it was interesting.
I thought
Yeah.
because I mean
That was my favorite part, actually, because I feel like it resonated with like how I would,
Try
like
to
how-
game the system, right?
Yeah, like, I mean,
yeah.
Aries probably didn't think of this, but all I could think of is like that would totally be fucking what Tiny and I were trying to do, like figure out how to like fucking hack this thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Because there are counters up, letting everyone know how many cards.
How many
are
of each
used.
card.
Like,
Yeah.
there's been a 200 scissors have been thrown down.
So once a card has been played, it goes recycled, and then the
counter
counter
says-
goes down. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And-
there was that's the weird thing is that this movie is very sort of schizophrenic, because we have that beginning, and then we have the 20 minutes of stuff with the mom, and then we have like another action scene, and then we have this. Now all of a sudden it transitions into like this game, and there's barely any action. Really, is a lot of like. I think there's a good amount of tension with the game, and Zhang sort of learning the rules of it and trying to game the system. I thought there was a lot of interesting things in terms of that.
Yeah. There were times where I was at the edge of my seat, and I'm like, all right, they throw down the cards. Now what's going to come up? Then when you see one card come up, you see one card come up, and it turns up to be, say, rock or whatever, and you're rooting on for our protagonist in the film, and and you're just dying to find out what card he has, and the way they display, and the way they display how they reveal the other side of the card is always interesting too, because they always use either different camera moves or just flat out boom flip it over, So, I mean, there's different ways in which they try to amp it up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think the CGI that's used in this, as Wolfie was saying, I think it works really well in a movie like this. Not to be taken seriously. It's cartoonish, it's goofy, but it's interesting, it's fun, it's exciting. And I guess it's just like say that your lives weren't involved in all this, it would be pretty exciting. I guess that's why the whole championship of poker thing that you would find on ESPN is always so riveting, because of the tension and the excitement of cards and shit like that. And not to mention also on odds,
It wouldn't.
and buckling down on what
It
you know,
wouldn't
who
be
has
though.
what.
let him finish.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be. He's missing the point, right? The reason that the whole point of the thing is kind of how, in the right situation, this absurd thing could be life threat or life. What's the word I'm looking for? Not life threatening, but life, like make you fear for your life. When in reality, like there's no emotional value to rock paper scissors.
Yeah, which is taking exactly what he's saying to the extreme, where people watch poker on TV. That is absurd that you would sit at home and watch other people play poker.
Yeah.
That in and of itself is absurd.
I mean, it's not
So,
golf.
It's not, but that is absurd. But
Or NASCAR.
to wager your life on rock paper scissors is even more absurd.
But it wouldn't be fun.
It's like watching tic-tac-toe,
Well, as boring as watching poker on TV is to the extreme of putting your life on rock paper scissors. I mean, I think you're missing the point of that.
I'm not. Like, I don't understand what you're saying. So you're saying, I understand the metaphor of, like, speculative and spectator gambling. I understood that, right? But like I'm saying, the point is that the absurdity of the film is that they're treating rock paper scissors like Russian roulette.
Yes.
So but that's not. But without that Russian roulette element, it's not fun. It wouldn't be fun. That's the whole point of the thing. It's like there's not like.
Have you ever watched someone that's into poker watch poker on TV?
Yes. I think you're thinking of. I think we just can't communicate. I think I'm saying something totally different than you're arguing with me about. What I'm saying is rock, paper, scissors isn't fun. I'm saying that if you were not watching it, I'm not talking about the speculative gambling anymore, okay? Just take off your cap, shake it out, and get that pot out, all right? I'm talking about the fact that what makes this movie absurd is that they've added dire consequences to perhaps one of the most trite traditions of all time.
Yeah, but that's been done before, and it's been played out well. War games. Look at the climax of that. It was done with tic-tac-toe. An inane game, an inane game in which nobody wins, you know, and the world population is at stake, and it's played out to its maximum.
I
and
have
it's
to
done
say though,
wonderfully.
like
It's just like this here, only to a smaller degree.
well, yeah, to a small degree, as far as like in its like impact in this world versus the fact that the world was going to end and thing. But I mean, it's a larger narrative degree because it's what this whole thing is about. But what I'm saying is that I don't officially don't care anymore.
What the fuck?
Okay, you know what? You can't. You know.
Fuck
off.
Fuck
off. You start an argument, finish the argument.
I'm just saying that tic-tac. He said, and I quote, "If my life wasn't at stake, tic-tac, this would be a kind of fun thing to be in."
Tic-tac-toe.
I mean, yeah.
The war. Sorry, the war game.
Rock,
is a
paper,
bullshit
scissors.
argument.
Rock, paper, scissors, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no, it is bullshit, but I just let him go.
What?
But like what he said is that it would be fun. But I'm saying the whole point of the movie, or maybe not the point of the movie and narrative thing, but the crux of the metaphor of the movie, right? The crux of the kind of like absurdism of the movie, right? Is that they've built this whole infrastructure of this organization, right? With these added convoluted rules, right? For the most and added both relatable and to a degree supernatural, I guess. Or I don't know how to explain it, like science fiction fears to it, right? This game that has no nutritional value. Like there's like if you were on a boat playing fucking rock, paper, scissors for 3 hours, you would be jumping over the side.
Right.
The only reason this works, I feel like Raven Shadow understands me here. I can see it in his eyes. The only reason this works
For once.
is that you have to do it. Like you know what I mean? It's not fun. Like the absurdist bent on it is that, I mean, this could be with a turn of the comedy contrast. This could be a Monty Python skit.
This
right?
could be the movie the ping pong movie that
Right.
Walken was in.
Fucking exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not arguing that point, but the simple fact that they made a game out of just I mean, it's not even a game. It's a decision.
It's not a game.
Are we gonna go left or right? Rock, paper, scissors. That's what they do That's what you do to decide one simple thing.
This
It's not
easily
even
could have been
game.
a coin flipping tournament.
Yeah.
Right.
But there are people sitting and watching this and placing bets. I mean,
Right.
They didn't.
I agree
they
with
didn't,
you.
Like go like in depth on that. It was only a passing thing. But that was ultimately where they make their money. Is that people are placing bets on this, which is the absurd extreme level
Right. I
of
agree
people
with you.
watching Texas Hold'em on TV.
I agree with you 110%. I just wasn't talking about that.
But like, oh yes, right. If we were
Like
on,
you would talk about a different thing and arguing with me about a different thing.
Then
That's
why
what I
the
was
fuck
trying
are
to
we
say.
arguing?
I don't ever know.
You love to argue, Aaron.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, God.
About for the last 3 weeks, you've argued with me about something that I'm not even positive what we're arguing about.
Right,
Just trying to put you over.
If we were on a Carnival cruise, like, well, what'd you do? I played rock paper scissors for 3 fucking hours. Oh, it sucked. Did you get laid? No, I played the fucking game. But the fact that his organization spent all this effort, not only to con these people out of money, but to then bring them all to this location and then hire all this security. Like, it's a lot going on for this fucking game. But I think it kind of worked in a weird way. Like, I mean, if you reading the premise on Netflix, I probably wouldn't have watched this movie.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. It's a crazy premise, and but while you're watching it's I was bought into what was going on. They could have been like literally doing rock paper scissors with their hands,
Right, instead of cards.
Yeah, instead of cards, and it wouldn't have mattered to me, even though like there was a cool like visual flair with the cards, and there was several other things obviously that happened with them that that made a lot of sense. But I just thought it was kind of a cool, it didn't matter that they were playing rock paper scissors. It was the fact of the stakes that were played.
Movie's a smart guy.
Well, it sounded like you didn't like it actually.
Well, there is some
rock,
elements.
paper,
There is
scissors,
some
yeah.
elements I didn't like about it in the thing. I appreciate. I don't mind when a film lays its groundwork. But like I feel like. Don't at 40 minutes, like, start. Like fucking. Arnold was fucking halfway through the Running Man by the time that they gave us the fucking rules. for
You know
this
what?
movie.
At 2+ hours, at 40 minutes, yeah, make a sharp right. Because that's what's going to keep me interested.
Yeah, but it was. But I mean, it was like
But
fucking
don't-
text.
Don't lay your movie out in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Make a sharp right at 40 minutes and make a left at an hour and a half.
Yeah.
That's what I want in a 2+ hour movie.
I don't think.
And
I
that's
want,
exactly what they did.
I don't think I want game rules ever. Like I
Well,
don't think
then
I need those.
Well, it was-
this movie is not for
Yeah.
you.
Give me
Yeah, I
Richard
didn't like this
Dawson.
movie.
Like
It was
I think this movie
integral.
worked great.
Yeah, I mean, look at like fucking Battle Royale. That's fucking incredible. Like at that in like it's like a few minutes in, and then you get into the fucking dish of the thing.
You know what?
Yeah, but it's also 45 minutes shorter than this movie.
And also, I'm not saying these rules are.
But not for nothing. Like, but that's kind of my point, right? Like, there was nothing that happened at the beginning of that movie that we haven't seen 100 times.
I
truncated
disagree.
To,
I disagree.
if I could finish, you might agree.
Okay,
but
go ahead.
There's
Sorry.
nothing we have seen that we don't have the shorthand to like fucking make it, be to not have to have that first 40 minutes. that
No,
way.
that subway scene.
It was cool.
Yes. What name another movie that is in?
Neon Maniacs.
No.
I prefer that scene.
Give
And
me,
the
give,
Neon
me another,
Maniacs-
give me another movie right now.
What are you like looking for exactly? Like
That
what
scene. Give me that scene in
It's
another
only
movie.
in that movie. Are you looking for a good subway fight scene? Spider-Man 2.
That's not in the subway. It's not dealing with that.
Don't say Batman Begins because that
no, that's the
subway
fucking worst.
fight scene
That
was the worst.
subway scene. I'm not saying it is absolutely 100% unique, but it is very unique. You haven't seen that in a lot of movies.
The Warriors.
Shut up. Shut his mic off.
There is a scene in
But no. So you got that scene, which is sending you in one direction with that movie, and then the movie takes a sharp right-hand turn. If that movie went that direction, it would have been a great movie. But it made a right, and it turned into an even better movie.
Mars is just, for the record, Mars is just staring at Ares
And snapping
and
his bottle.
snapping
He's
his
about
bottle.
to get hurt.
my feelings.
Is
are-
that a
Because-
Is that a euphemism?
Ooh.
No, that's not you. He's about to get hurt. He's going to get dragged out of this room.
Wowzers.
You cannot stare me down.
I'm not staring you down.
You're trying to,
I'm not.
and
I'm
you're
just-
about to
I'm,
fail.
I'm listening intently. That's all you ever asked me to do.
Oh, our boy the Ledge says Ghostbusters 2. Talking about a subway
Oh,
scene.
Jesus.
Well, Subway fight
Who
scene.
remembers anything about that movie?
The
which
Raid 2.
He got run over by a train.
The Raid 2.
Who did?
It took you 5 minutes. It took.
Well, I wasn't 100% positive what you were talking about till he said the Warriors.
I'm sorry. A fight scene on a train.
No, you said that scene. that scene over and over again.
Because
And then
I
he
was
said
talking about
something-
the fight scene on the train.
Yeah, it was cool, but like there are a lot of fucking cool scenes in movies. Like
But to give you that cool scene and then go a different direction.
I don't feel like it really did do
It
a different
did.
direction because he kept.
I'm
having-
sorry. When other. Did you watch the right movie?
On a different track.
Did you Raven Shadow this? Did you fall
No.
asleep? Did you watch the wrong movie?
No, I
You watched
in
Neon
fact, I
Maniacs.
fucking had to rewind a few times to make sure I knew all the rules.
Scissors beats.
Joe versus Volcano.
Wait, do you not know the rules of rock paper scissors?
I don't know. I don't know the fucking stars and all these other things.
It's health, basically.
Yeah.
I wish they
Easy. You
Just
sound like
described it
Raven
They
Shadow.
did
You
describe
sound
it.
like Raven Shadow.
They did describe
I
it.
know the rules.
You sound like someone else.
I wish that they. I just wish that it. I don't know. Joe versus Volcano, The Running Man, Battle Royal, all have similar.
Gremlins.
Yeah, if you break down every movie, there's only 7 movies in existence.
Well, thanks, fucking. Inside the actor's studio,
Yeah.
but like,
Well, what do you want from me? That's what
Aries.
you're saying.
Aries
but no, I'm actually
Casablanca, The Raid
naming
1 and
movies.
2.
I'm actually naming movies that do
What?
what this movie does
Does what?
in less than 10 minutes. It like gets the character who's hard on his luck into a situation, good or bad, and they're fucking off to the races in the thing.
But none of those movies have made the sharp turn that this movie did.
I
As
think
far
it-
as where they were going.
I think it only felt sharp because it dragged its feet to get there.
No. It did not.
And I didn't think that scene was that cool anyway. I thought it was Matrixy and dumb.
Which one? The subway?
Yeah,
Oh,
I like this,
God.
and I
Yep.
hate the Matrix.
Yep.
Whoa.
Huh? Do you like the Matrix?
No, I do. I enjoy The Matrix.
Yeah,
But
no,
you're doing exactly what you accuse him of doing all the time.
Why? I just I said it. I didn't like it. It was the Matrix scene. So you're hanging your hat on this one scene that made the whole fucking 40 minutes worth it. I'm telling you I didn't think it was worth it and telling you why I didn't think it was worth it. I don't like that sort of stuff. I thought the clown guy was badass looking.
We got our boy Jimmy Gonzalez hanging out.
Hey, happy
What's going on,
birthday.
dude?
I'm sorry, Jimmy.
Jimmy says, "Happy New Year, motherfuckers!
Happy
Merry
New
New
Year.
Year.
Happy birthday, Jimmy!"
Yeah.
And
Beef
also
jerky time.
in the that was so we're actually on 3. I'm just fucking around and trying things. We're streaming on 3 different platforms right now just to try them out, and the new computer can handle it, which is great. So right now we're on Twitch, we're on
Wow.
Facebook, and we're also on our website. And so Jimmy's joining us on Facebook, and then also fellow podcaster extraordinaire Paul Tiberius Stedman's hanging out
Nice.
live. And he says you guys should do rock paper scissors to see whose take is correct. I think that's a good idea.
I think that's a very
Maybe
good
we should
idea.
have a rock paper scissors tournament. Single elimination or 2 out of 3?
I don't know. It might get boring after the first round.
I'm sorry that I didn't know you fucking. I mean, though fucking rock paper scissors is barely a fucking activity level someone of your advanced weight could do, like without passing out. I didn't realize you were such a fucking RPS enthusiast.
Oh, well, I am. Now you
RPS enthusiast.
Well, I am, and now you know. Thank
yeah,
you.
Great.
I think the first battle is between you guys, actually.
Oh, yeah.
For him, it would be like fucking rock paper spaghetti, though. That's all the stuff I ate today.
Hamburgers.
Pizza.
Fries. Desserts.
This
No,
is
I
this is
did
exciting.
like this movie. I love the tension that was involved in something so inane. And granted, yes, rock paper scissors is a rather dull way to settle a
Yeah.
bet or it's
When I first heard that, I was like, "Really?" But like
the way
as
they
it
presented
unfolded, it worked well
and the
because
mathematics involved.
yeah, they couldn't have done that with poker or anything like that.
And the odds that they were using and the mindset that the main characters had in trying to beat the system, I think it worked itself out really well. Now I'm not 100% as to whether or not all the math that they used in this equates out to being absolutely 100% correct. I don't think any of us would know that. I think we just went along with the film and just
Yeah,
went by its
might.
own storyline.
but the cool thing is
But I trust what it was doing.
yeah, and the cool thing is we got his interpretation of gaming the rules
Right.
because we got other people's interpretation of that, and we saw how he thought he had this plan, and then it kind of got foiled a little bit, or how he ran into some issues, and so it wasn't like he had this plan and that solved it. There was he encountered these roadblocks along the way, I'd say, and right up to like the very beginning when that first guy that he played with,
The snappy dresser.
the snappy dresser,
Oh, that
Like,
guy knows how to dress.
that taught him like early on,
Yeah.
like don't fucking trust anyone here because that dude just fucking like he hustled him, you know.
Yeah.
Right, it sets the tone. Now, I have a couple of questions aside from rock paper scissors.
Yes, no, and yes.
Okay. I got one question.
Okay.
No, but like so, I mean, oddly enough, in an observation, it was all men on the ship.
Yes.
Now, everyone there pretty much was in. This isn't a spoiler, I don't think. Some kind of financial jeopardy
Yes.
for whatever reason.
Yep.
They said they did something for money. Maybe for nefarious reasons, for positive
What would you
reasons.
do for money?
Well, probably
What would you do for a Klondike?
fucking get a 40 and some smokes. At
No,
least
you
today.
won't.
No, you're right.
No.
Right. Evolving. But now, people won. Now, there are people who were on the ship before. So I may have answered my own question when they revealed that. Because there's an aspect where they can borrow money. There are things you can do if you're in danger of losing the game. Like, why would they be there a second time?
Well, if I may.
Yeah,
They-
I think I know the answer.
Well,
but
I
wanna
mean,
discuss it.
they borrowed money during the game, which they could be forced to play the game again to repay that debt. Or, as anyone, people don't go to jail, get out, and then they're good citizens. People go to jail multiple times. If you
fair.
associate that with jail, that just because they got out doesn't mean they're not going to do the same shit again.
Okay, and that was kind of as we were talking. I'm like, oh yeah, that's probably why, because we learned that there are consequences for borrowing the money.
Yeah. I
As
mean,
well.
it could be something as simple as not being able to pay the debt that they made, so they don't even get off the ship. They're just right back into the next voyage.
Okay.
Or that they get off and just borrow again, or do whatever they did to get on there to begin with.
Okay.
People are stupid.
Fair.
Well, it took you 300 episodes to get that.
No, just this one.
I know that someday I will get old and my facilities will lessen and it will be harder to carry on a conversation. So I just try to be patient with you.
Go change your Depends and come back and we'll talk.
New platform. Should be excited to check this out.
So I think we do need to start winding down a little bit because we are the intro ran really late. So
Intros. We need to do intros.
no intros. Shut up, Aries. So, well, if Aries wants them,
There you go. He's God of War.
is there anything else? I know we've sort of talked a lot about the game, and sort of the rules behind it, but
It's all about the game, pal.
and how you play it.
I enjoyed the breakdown of the odds and of the cards that were left available in this CGI format, where they have the cards, just basically disappearing. And I mean that whole CGI graphic going on with the cards and rock paper scissors and all that. I just found that to be a very I just found that to be just a fun addition to what I thought was already a pretty cool movie.
Question now: do you guys think the vision stopped for him because he was learning to strategize and solve problems on his own without the character?
At what point did the vision stop?
They didn't.
Yeah,
really-
about halfway through. I mean, he still sort of sees the demons, but he doesn't see himself as the clown.
right.
I think that is the
Yeah.
key.
He's becoming
that
the hero
was-
of the story.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
Yeah, that was
yes.
tapering off.
Once he started to lead the team,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
it wasn't. He was Zhang. Was that his name?
yeah, Zheng.
Zhang. And he even acted more confident. Like he kind of went. He was definitely a change in his in his mannerisms. I liked the kid. He was awesome. He smoked butts.
He's smoking what, like 2 butts?
No, I counted. There's probably in his apartment, on the rooftop, in the bathroom.
Oh God.
Oh God!
Are we really
Yeah,
doing this?
We're done. Moving on. Play the music.
Fool. I watched the film.
Yeah, you don't have to fucking flaunt it.
Yeah.
All right. That's what's expected of you, Raven Shadow.
To flaunt it?
No,
Oh.
to watch the fucking movie.
Well,
Leave it to Raven Shadow to like do the bare minimum human thing that he has to do, and then be happy about it. Hey guys, I took a shit today.
that's not my script.
All right, let's go to the verdict.
Trick or treat, baby. I wonder if people would say you're a trick or a treat.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
All right, it is verdict time. This is where we let you know whether the film was a trick or a treat and any final thoughts we may have. Raven Shadow.
All right. Just so you know, I like this movie a lot.
Okay.
I had a lot of fun with it.
Yep.
And it's completely absurd, but I was locked in from the jump. And now there's some things, once again, it's not perfect. There are some things I think kind of odd, but stay till the end and the end credits because I'm excited about what may come next. It's a weird little revelation that happens in the film that is very
Clown face, I've got a job for you.
yeah, right. Doing the fucking
Say no more.
rock paper scissors Avengers. Fucking whatever the fuck.
Whatever the fuck.
So yes, the answer is yes. This is currently my favorite film of 2019.
It's about time.
Did you say 18?
Oh, and 18. No, I said 19.
Oh, okay.
I said 19. Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely a treat.
All right, Aries.
Yeah, in case you didn't guess, I did enjoy this movie.
Did you have subtitles? So you figure them out this time?
You know what? This movie, I did have the subtitles, but this movie is the reason I hate subtitles in movies because I had to keep on rewinding because the
It
subtitles
did move fast at times.
the
yeah.
subtitles disappeared way too quickly for me. Oh yes,
There were some lines that I barely finished it before the next one was almost done. Yeah.
and I am a slow reader. You know what? Fuck me. Yeah, I'm a slow reader. So if I was watching this in a theater, I would have been completely pissed off.
Fair.
But the simple fact that I could rewind it, I could get past that. But I was annoyed that I had to rewind to be able to understand what was happening. But that being said, if you are a quick read and you can get through this without rewinding, this is a great movie. I did love the ups and downs, the roller coaster ride. This is a good movie. This is an awful movie. This is a good movie. I did go through that, and the revelation that they're playing for rock paper scissors. I almost shut it off. When that realization, I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Like,
right.
realizing that's what they're playing for, and how much time was left in the movie, I was like, "No way, I can't do this." But they did it because you know what? I was 100% on board with a clown on a train.
Yeah.
I was on board.
To be fair, I kind of want that movie.
Yeah.
too.
I so want that. 2 hours of a clown killing aliens on a train. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm on board. So,
Loved it.
but even that short scene was brilliant, and then the rest of the movie was good, was brilliant. So this definitely is a treat.
MZ?
Yeah, I want to see that clown.
Yeah, right.
That clown movie too. That would be pretty amazing. I did like this movie. I thought that the tension was handled pretty well. And as far as the subtitles go, that didn't bother me in the slightest. If anything, the only thing that I would have a complaint about the subtitles was the fact that there were any, because this movie has such a visual flair to it. It's such eye candy when things really start rolling that you don't want to miss anything that's going on the screen, but you've got to find out what the people are saying. So that's my only gripe about it. It's very nitpicky. But overall, I really did enjoy this movie. I thought I thought the tension was handled pretty well, and it was just an interesting take on a very mundane activity, which I am, not since the days of war games, that hasn't been done, at least as far as I can tell anyway. So, yeah, this was fun. I enjoyed it. This is a treat.
Mars?
Fuck what Mars says.
Mars is slumped down in his chair
Let
right
me
now.
look upon you with my own eyes.
So,
Talking to your goggles so everyone can hear you.
so I thought this movie was a treat. But what I will say is that I think there's a treat of the highest order in here. Are you taking a picture of me with my goggles
I was
on? Like
going
that's a
to,
fucking
yeah.
weird thing.
I was going to.
Welcome to fucking every Deadite show ever.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, it's like fucking Nick Cage got stung by a bee. But
I'll see you at the Cove.
I think that this was.
All right, let him get through it.
Wow.
Oh, I've seen that look before.
So, at least I had a place, that I could go and people would pay to see me.
We've done a rabbit hole now.
Oh, you don't think they did for
I
like?
didn't- no, I'm
yeah.
not saying that.
Like, what have you like ever done that you even got paid for?
I
You
go to
think
work.
You think you're paying your dues?
Did you get paid for that Whorehound article?
No,
No,
Oh, damn.
no.
All right. I thought you had one on him.
I don't get paid
Listen.
for doing things that I love.
Right, but that's what you say for justification. But really, what
I
it
say
is
because it's the truth.
is that you don't do anything good enough that anybody will pay you.
Uh-huh.
You're a bad writer and a fat person, and I
Thank
hope
you.
you die. I have
Thank
no
you.
intervention for you,
Jesus.
you fat asshole. And I would make fun of something that you hold dear, but your life is so shallow and vascuous.
Why
that
is
you
he
hold
the
nothing
one that
dear.
you're picking on? Like everyone else has
You're
been
supposed to
hammering
be
you hard.
reviewing
Yeah.
the movie.
Well, he said he's the Cove. That's
I
not-
don't care.
Oh,
Review
don't
the
don't
movie.
touch the band or the Cove.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, I didn't say anything about the band.
Surefire
just the
way.
Cove.
Well, you wouldn't know the band is good because you fucking don't go because it's too
Oh.
early.
Talk about the movie.
I'm done. It's a treat. But it's like War Games. It's the one other fucking movie I saw that had a game in it, so it's obviously like that because my broken brain can
Just
only
an
draw
it's an
basic.
example.
It's not a fucking
It's an
that
example.
works. They both have games.
Very good. Yes,
this
they
is
do.
like Major League.
Reindeer games.
Right.
With Ben Affleck. I fucking
Oh,
love
boy.
reindeer games.
What's going on?
My
What are you
scarf
doing?
is caught in my chair. I hate today.
Oh,
Aries,
jeez. Get
Aries
up.
to the rescue.
Your scarf is.
Get
It's the worst.
Aries pulled the scarf out of the fucking chair, and the leg, and the caster came with it.
It's like, what do you call it?
Oh
A
my
mall or some
God.
shit.
The fucking wheel came off.
I may have pulled it a little too hard.
This is the worst Trick or Treat Radio ever.
It's the worst show of the year.
Yeah, this is the worst show of the year. Wait, does the New Year's show count? Yeah, that technically is the first. So
It's the
All
second
right.
worst show of the year.
I'm glad Spooky World closed.
oh my God, what did you do?
I don't know. I got mad.
Holy
I started rocking
shit.
back and forth.
I got one part out.
And you were just busting on him, and now he's helping you. Look at this.
He's helping me because he doesn't want to get hit with that.
I did give him a dangerous weapon. Caster will at the end of a
Wait,
scarf.
show people on camera. Oh, you got it.
Hypnosis.
Yeah, you're getting very sleepy.
Give me that.
Anthony
like that.
Anthony says Animal World turning into Mars Attacks. And he says that wheel has to stay on the scarf. Paul might have a contender for episode title: Rock, Scarves, and Casters.
You want a knife?
Aries, pull that ball off.
That was the last. I didn't want to. Oh! Jesus Christ! I didn't want to pull it off. I didn't want to pull it off.
Out of his seat.
Get the caster on his chair for Christ's sake. He's gonna end up with his face.
I wish
in
I
my
had
lap.
the sound effects because I would do. This is the best night ever.
No, you don't.
I can't do my fucking verdict now.
Oh, Jesus.
I will say that this movie was definitely a treat, though. It wasn't like, not. It's probably not going to be top 13 material unless this year sucks. But this was an interesting flick. It kept me guessing, and I didn't know where it was going to go. But even though it was a sort of simplistic game, I thought that there was that made it more interesting because you knew the rules and you could try to get around the math that they were working to try to game the system. So I thought in a way they did a pretty good job with this, even though it was, fairly simple in terms of the game. But no, I thought the performances were good. I like visually the way that this film looked. That scene in that we talked about in the subway was really awesome, and they did reference it a few times throughout. But yeah, I thought it was fun, and it's like I said, it's not like fucking knock your socks off. Like this isn't going to be movie of the year, but it was a fun little film. If you got 2 hours and 10 minutes to kill on Netflix and you're looking for something a little bit different, consider Animal World. So there you have it. Our thoughts on Animal World. Actually, I'm not positive what we're doing next week. Maybe we'll talk about it during the break because I have a couple things potentially. So how about we do that, though? We'll cut to a break. Let me see. What do we want to play for this break here? Oh, Mars, you had mentioned I Wish It Would Rain Down. Is that the track that's going to be available?
I can't move.
You can't move.
I got no wheel.
All right.
Yes, that's what he said.
All right,
That's
I
good.
won't play that one
tell
then,
you-
just in case.
Tell you when I'm not going to Cove.
No, you're not.
No.
No one's going
I
to
don't
the
think
Cove.
any of us are.
Not going
Yeah.
to Spooky World either, though. I'm on to zero.
Oh, you could go to Spooky World. It is open.
They
Yeah,
still
well.
have that?
Yeah.
Well, it's good that they still have it. You still have it as your fucking employment from 22 years ago.
It's true. It does.
I don't know why that's still there.
Because it's the fucking best thing that ever happened to you.
Can you get rid of employments on Facebook?
Yes.
Oh,
When you don't want that anymore.
I haven't figured that part
Well,
out
you
yet.
still, does yours still say security at the Greendale Mall?
Yes, it does.
Well,
All right, MZ, how long until we're back?
And 2 and 2.
All right, we're back on Trick or Treat Radio.
That's right. Hey, we're back.
Yep, we're back. Oh, that was playing the next track. So there was much debate about what to do for next week's show. We have a few options, and there was so much going on with, with the year-end show. Also, the Five Hossman rode again, recorded a new episode, and getting ready for the new year and everything that we just hadn't settled on next week's flick. Maybe we'll get Raven Shadow's thoughts. Maybe when he sits down and.
You know what? Fuck him. If he's out smoking while we're making decisions,
that is true.
He's here now.
Well, you got to read the synopsis of Snowflake though before you.
Oh, I'm not saying we. Well, now that you've mentioned it, I'm not saying we won't do it. Raven Shadow, get on the mic.
The real one? Or the
Yeah, both.
you really had to fix your hair before
he has
going
to
on the
fix
mic.
his hair
Right, he
before
has to
going on
fix
the
his
mic.
hair. He was too busy smoking. He has to fix his hair.
You're flaring up back, and you're still doing it. Just talking to the mic. No one can hear you.
Talk into the mic.
Well, I got Aries yelling at me.
Because you're fixing your hair.
Some
Raven
serious
Shadow,
OCD.
I have some questions for you.
Thank you.
What's your opinion of Sandra Bullock?
Are we doing that one?
I asked your opinion.
I mean, she's fine. I don't know her. She's fine.
Of course you don't know her.
Well, I mean, I could know her.
No, you couldn't.
I'm gonna friend her on Facebook right now. That's how I got Connor Sweeney.
I was just told by a friend of mine that you would need to be blindfolded to watch it.
Who is the friend, for reference?
You don't know them.
Nicholas
Well,
Winding
nice
reference.
man.
Them. So it's multiple people.
Oh, it's fucking legend.
We
bro.
don't know. Is he your girlfriend in Canada?
No, I don't have a girlfriend in Canada. I don't have a girlfriend anywhere. For
No,
that.
CDR.
No,
He's not your girlfriend.
he's my
He's your
boyfriend.
wife.
Yeah, he's my spirit animal. That's different.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, she's fine.
You don't care either way.
I am ambivalent. I don't want to watch that movie.
Me
What
either.
movie?
The fucking Bird Box or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
How do you know?
Why
How do
don't you
know
wanna
that's what
watch
I was
it?
talking about?
Well, why?
Oh, you watch Speed 2?
Speed.
Sexy Speakeasy.
Sexy Speed.
Sexy
Easy.
Speed Easy.
Yeah, the fucking the football one she did.
Oh, The Blind Side.
Oh, why is this the fucking intervention thing that she did?
It's got John Malkovich.
What, Speed?
No, do you like? No, in Bird Box.
Is he in that?
Yeah.
No shit. I don't want to watch that though.
Yeah, me either.
Why?
Machine Gun Kelly's in it.
The rapper?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Give me a reason why you don't want to watch it.
Well, I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch the blind movie. We watched the fucking.
The Blind.
The Blind movie.
we watched the no talking movie. Here's something outrageous.
Oh,
Make a fucking
God.
movie that's completely dark and we only got to hear sound. That'd be outrageous.
Oh, that'll be my movie.
Yeah. Ooh. Just hear stuff creaking. Yeah, I don't want to watch the fucking.
All right, you know what? Since it's out in the open, let's fucking debate this. All right.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah. there you go.
Wait, that's actually all right.
Now
We
in the
got
game.
what's Bird Box? Rock, paper, or scissors?
Here's what I have to say before it goes out there and to
Okay.
make this competition.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of how it goes, and
Yeah,
it's
you're
absolutely
not
fine
watching
with
it.
me. I'm not watching it.
You don't have to watch. We can hang out and not watch that
Right?
movie.
Yeah, we'll watch a good movie.
No, if Wolfie wins, it's
Well, I'm not like advocating for it.
Oh,
You are. You're
oh,
the
I don't
advocate.
care. I'm asking you guys. I'm leaving it to
I-
you guys. This is
personally,
why
I
I
don't
never
care.
ask.
personally I don't care. You know, I watch Bird Box.
Okay, so here are the options. All right, let's go with this. So Bird Box, we have Snowflake, which is. Let me read the synopsis. Okay, so just so we get it out there, Snowflake from 2017. This is an artsploitation flick. Hunting down the murderer of their families in an anarchic Berlin of the near future, the outlaws Tan and Javid find themselves trapped in the wicked fairy tale of a mysterious screenplay that entangles them in a vicious circle of revenge, apparently all written by a clueless dentist.
Jesus.
So that's Snowflake.
Okay.
This is another one, actually. I know we've never really talked about Black Mirror, but have you guys heard of Bandersnatch, the new Choose Your Own
yeah,
Adventure?
he was Dr. Strange, wasn't he?
Yeah. Thank you, MC. I was thinking Benedict Bandersnatch. Yes. You beat me to it, you motherfucker.
This is the night of stolen jokes. Aries stole one of mine earlier.
Fuck. I had that on deck like a motherfucker.
Have you guys heard anything about this?
Well, we
I've heard a couple things.
We've
Not
talked about
too
Black
much.
Mirror a lot.
Yeah, we've never talked in depth. I guess.
But I mean, this is the Black Mirror Choose Your Own Adventure.
Yes.
I would vote. I would vote against that simply because it is
Different
that,
endings.
and everyone's gonna watch a different movie, show, whatever this is.
Oh, wait. So each. Wait.
It's a choose your. Raven Child's like, whoa.
You know what it
whoa,
is, but
whoa.
you know, understand what Choose Your Own Adventure is,
No,
right?
I know. I do, but like you get to
Choose your
How
own
does that
adventure.
play out in movie form?
I know there's websites where you can pick the action that happens.
I haven't watched it yet, but
Do you want-
apparently you
I
do
might
want
to see that. I
Do
might
you
want
wa-
to see that just for this sheer sake of how it's played out.
Do you want the girls to kiss on the bed?
Oh,
Check yes.
now
Do you
I'm
want
going to
the, do you want
watch
the
this.
babysitter to enter the house?
I'm going to watch this, but I don't want to review this because everyone's going to be reviewing something different.
Wait, how does it know? How does Netflix know where it knows that I'm watching one version, you're watching the other version?
Because it's going to pause and you're going to go, do you want to go right or left? And you're going to choose.
Oh, so it's interactive.
Oh.
What part of Choose Your Own Adventure do you not
I
understand?
do understand that, but I'm trying to understand how it plays out
No,
in a
mind
movie.
you, I
That's
haven't
what
wa-
I don't get.
I haven't watched it. I'm only guessing that at the point where you're going to make a decision, it's going to stop and ask you, do you want to go left or right?
David,
Okay.
do you say, yes, TV? Take a
You,
left.
you do know there's like an object similar to your phone. You hold up and you can go left or right with it.
Yeah, but
right?
how does it know what kind of remote I have?
I'm out. I quit. I'm done.
And when Aries quits about technology questions, you know it's bad.
Oh, Black Mirror is fucking blowing my mind already.
Paul Tiberius says it's a fun experiment and it gets real trippy.
Really?
And Anthony says that one is called the Fart Box, Raven Shadow.
Okay. Thank you for your input.
It's 90 minutes, but with all the endings and all the different paths, it might be difficult to review. I really want to see it though. Like it looks awesome. Like it looks really cool. Did you guys see the trailer yet?
I don't want to see a trailer.
I don't want to see the trailer.
You don't wanna
hate
see the
trailers.
trailer?
Why do you hate trailers?
Well, no, fuck, he's fucking
It takes.
playing.
I'm only gonna play a few seconds. It takes
Alright.
place in the 80s.
I'm not looking.
Why do you hate trailers?
I like to go in like a blind box. I like going in.
Like a blind box, like a bird box.
Like, oh, is that what it is? A blind box, what you get at local pop culture retailers.
This is why we don't fucking choose. This is why I just make decisions to
Yeah.
tell you guys what we're
From
fucking
now
doing.
on, you just decide, and we will blindly follow.
So Tiberius says I got like 4 of the 5 endings in my first watch. It does a good job of looping around with the decisions that you make.
But like Clue
I'm,
shows
I'm
all
down
the
for watching. I'm down for watching anything. I don't care.
Oh.
I don't have limits.
All right, and
Buffet Rona for that.
all right. So how about this? Rock paper scissors. We'll decide.
You know what? Being that everyone
That's
seems
fine.
to be not opposed to Snowflake, let's just watch that one.
Aries, you're depriving me of rock paper scissors.
I am,
Yeah.
because that's just going to make it more difficult.
No, see, I'm kind of intrigued by the Black Mirror Cumberbatch thing.
You know what?
Just
you will,
wailing Cumberbatch.
you will not be able to figure it out.
Well,
I guarantee you will watch
Yeah.
the first 15 minutes 5 times and then quit.
well, will you
Raven
come
Shadow, if you don't mind coming over later in the day after I do Hossman, you could come over and why not? I'll do it for you.
All right,
I'll
what-
even let you pick
What day is that?
Saturday. Well, I
yeah,
could do
that's
Friday.
not going to work for him.
I could do Friday night too.
Yeah, that's not going to work for him either.
to wait.
All right, Aries, pick up Maz and come over to my house.
See what I'm saying?
I can't because I have to get back and watch wrestling at like 3:00 in the morning every day for the next 6 days or something like that.
Wolfie,
Yes.
Snowflake. Just do Snowflake. Just say it.
Fuck
Your word is God.
You're
Just
fucking
say
up
it.
the game, man. You're fucking up the
Just
game.
I'm gonna watch these other 2 though.
I know.
But here's the thing.
I'm
not
going to watch them as well.
But here's the
Me
thing.
and you will talk about that.
All right. Well, first of all,
We
does
still have
Bird
a
Box?
double tap.
First of all, does Bird Box even need us
It
to
needs
review
us.
it? I mean,
it's
needs us.
12:07.
It
Let's
needs
skip
us
the
to
double
talk
tap.
about it. Nobody knows anything about it. No one's heard of it. It needs us to promote it.
Let's do the Black Mirror.
You want
It's
to
got,
do
all,
the Black
it's got
Mirror?
all the things that you're looking for. It's got like the buzz. It'll have the fucking unintentional comedy of frickin' Frack here trying to work their remote controls. like I think it's a winner all the way around.
Well, let's do rock, paper, scissors for
Let's
for,
just for the hell of it.
for Blind Mirror and for the Snowflake.
Blind Mirror and the Snowflake.
will you
Episode
shut
title.
your goddamn
That's
mouth?
like a fucking 70s,
War games.
70s buddy truck driver film.
Christ.
Blind mirror in the snowflake, cruising across I-90 interstate.
It's like Mother Jugs and Speed.
Yeah.
All right. Well, how about this? MZ and Raven Shadow will play rock, paper, scissors. Bird Box is out. MZ, you're Bandersnatch, you're Snowflake.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors.
You're blind.
All right. All right.
No, but I think.
And I
Shut up,
reserve the right to change based on who wins.
All right. What am I?
You're Snowflake.
All right. What
And
are you?
I'm
Bandersnatch.
Bandersnatch.
But
okay?
I think Aries and Maz should do something
No,
too.
No, no.
God,
No, you guys.
What,
Will
give him
you
a back rub?
Just do it.
Just give me a
God
handy.
damn! Will you
Once,
shut up?
twice, three, shoot.
All right. Now, first of all, do you even know how to play?
Do you?
Yeah, I do. All right.
He's the fucking RPC enthusiast.
Wait. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Once,
One, two,
twice,
three,
three, shoot. Oh, they both threw paper. It's a tie. Okay. And we're doing 2 out of 3, by the way. Once,
wait.
oh, you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, shoot. Oh, okay. Okay, we got 1 for Bandersnatch.
Well, doesn't technically he win because that's a draw, so they both lost one.
Well, no, because it's three.
It's a-
2 out of 3 wins.
So
Yeah.
he got we both lost cards, and he just got one of my.
Oh my
sides.
God!
Stop.
Play again.
Okay, ready?
I got the score here.
Harry's the scorekeeper.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, shoot. Oh, it's Bandersnatch, Bander fucking whatever.
Bird Box Bandersnatch.
This game
Crash
sucks.
Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot. This sucks. What is it? Let's do Bird Box. Bird Bath.
No, all right, that's it. So,
Oh, fuck.
Jesus Christ, that was insane.
That was painful.
So,
Aries is pissed.
When am I not?
Fair.
Anthony says snowball cumberbox. All right, so next week we are doing Black Mirror Bandersnatch. It'll be interesting because everyone may have a different ending. Hijinks ensues. That's going to be next week's theme. I can't wait for that. I can't wait for this.
And for the double long episode,
2019 sucks.
All right, so now we have to do quick double taps because we still have voicemail.
We don't have to do double taps. Come on.
Wait, you
Yeah.
wanna say that
No,
for
we
next week?
we promised double taps and we're doing double taps. We'll do
I'm
them
not
quick.
doing them. It's too late. Like, let's do the voicemails and go home. This is fucking ridiculous. We fucking did an intervention. Shit happens. God, subject to change. We'll do double taps next week.
You
People
guys
can
want to
deal
do
with
double
it.
taps next week?
Yeah.
Sure.
Maybe we should.
Is everyone okay with that?
Yeah.
We fucking had an
Nobody-
intervention.
nobody
a fucking impromptu rock paper scissors thing. Like, they got fucking. Nobody feels ripped off.
No. Nobody brought luggage this year.
did you buy a new purse?
Actually, I do have something outrageous.
In the car? In the
no,
car?
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I didn't bring it because I wasn't sure when I'm gonna unveil it. But maybe if we do double taps next week, maybe I will fucking bring it because it is fucking more absurd than.
Oh dear God.
Okay, next week then.
Are you gonna need help bringing it in?
No, but I couldn't fucking believe it. I couldn't fucking believe it. So maybe I might have to bring it next week.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, how's that for what do you call
That's
that?
a tease.
That's a tease.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I think it might be if I can pull it off. Go for the live show on any platform next week because it's fucking outrageous. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm turning off the streams except for the website because.
Well, don't cross them.
Yeah, exactly. Anthony says Mars got a wheel in his car. His scarf. Off to a rip roaring start into 2019. Who gets a wheel caught in that scarf? We had a wheel in the scarf. We had a rock, paper, scissors match. We had an intervention.
You fucking want to put double taps.
Yeah,
Think
I think
about what-
I think double taps would just bring this show
Think
down.
about what Dusty would say.
Bring it home.
It's all good to do that, but what you gonna do for the rest of the shows?
Oh, my God.
You gotta run and land in next week. You can't do it all in 1 week.
He got a bicycle.
All right, let's
Let's call it a night.
We'll go voicemail,
Oh yeah, that's right.
and then we'll call it a night.
Okay.
Oh man, this computer's running nice, guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck?
Anthony says 2019 Trick or Treat Radio, straight fire.
No.
What'd you get stuck in the fucking wheel? Did you get your headphones stuck in the
No,
wheel?
I thought MZ was standing on it, but I
Oh,
was caught on a something.
What, your dick?
Cover lid to your
for
electronic.
for the
Underneath the
crate.
table,
Yeah,
yeah.
the crate, yeah. All right, so we have a few voicemail.
Pardon me first.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm gonna go.
what the fuck are we watching?
Black Mirror Bandersnatch,
Okay, perfect.
Where do you find that?
Netflix.
Different platforms.
Netflix.
Oh.
Should I text that to you now? Just
Yeah,
so you-
you're gonna ask.
Listen. Well, I got confused.
All right, well, David Guido in the chat room says hilarious episode. Thank you guys.
Oh yeah. You're
Well, David, thank you because you sent us a voicemail. Let's check it out.
welcome. All right.
No.
So I watched Animal World. By the way, this is David Guido. Watched Animal World. I enjoyed it. Some of the probabilities and stuff like that they did with the cars was a little confusing, and I couldn't follow everything. Although I do understand probability, it's just he was going so fast with some of the stuff. It was hard to follow with some of that stuff that he did with that. So that made it a little difficult to enjoy in that aspect, though. But the production value, I have to say, the movie was spot on. Number one, I loved the clown stuff. I loved all the different animations that they did and everything, and I loved the way that the movie, just the moral of the story was and how things went. How he truly was, a little bit smarter than everyone. He was able to outwit everyone in the end and get by his wits. It wasn't exactly a horror movie, but it had definitely a strange vibe to it, and definitely enjoyed this movie. Keep up the choices like this going into this 2019, and I hope you all had a good 2019. Anyway, Happy New Year.
Awesome, David. Thanks, man.
Thanks, bud.
It's always good to hear from you. And David I think he had mentioned, might have been on YouTube. He's a strong proponent of us doing Netflix because I think he got rid of all his other streaming services. And we certainly aren't going to just do Netflix, but Netflix has really been killing it lately. So it's hard to ignore them when they stop putting out, when they're putting out great stuff. So, we will definitely be probably doing more Netflix than we have, in years past because they're putting out better stuff. So we're keeping it going next week though with Bandersnatch.
Hold on, is this like a special, like a movie by itself? It's not an episode.
It's a
of Black
special.
Mirror,
It's a
okay.
special, yes.
Because if it was like I would have to watch all the Black Mirrors
No.
before, and it'd be a fucking disaster.
It would
Yeah,
be a
watch
disaster.
3 seasons of Black Mirror
You
in a
don't
week
even-
before you watch this movie.
I wouldn't be able to. It would be a fucking disaster.
Yeah, it's the cram Jan.
I can't watch TV series out of order.
Okay. So it is Netflix and it's Black Mirror Bandersnatch. It is a standalone episode, although all of them really are, the ones that I've seen anyways. All right, let's move on. Let's hear from our boy Evil Corny.
Hey guys, this is Evil Corny. Today I sat down and watched Animal World. I thought it was a good film, but at the same time I think that some of the effects might have been a little too much. But I did like it. I think it was a treat. And some of the math kind of gave me a headache when I was watching it. But I did think it was a treat. For my double tap, I pretty much got gift cards for Christmas, and I pretty much sat down and bought a good number of DVDs with those gift cards. The Bounty being one, it came out in 1984, but I think at one time Twilight Time had it, and I wanted to get it, and it was out of print and very expensive at the time, so I ended up, buying it from Best Buy. I think Kino Labra or whatever released it in the last couple of days, and I was able to purchase it that way. Also got Unbreakable, amongst a couple other discs. The other side of my double tap, Corey, my co-host from the Canopy Movie Massacre, a friend of his does a podcast called The 500, and what's happening in that is the host is covering the top 500 albums of all time from Rolling Stone magazine.
That's crazy.
And today I listened to episode number 491, and it was about Albert King's album Born Under a Bad Sign, and Sinbad was the comedian talking about the album, and that was a real good interview. I really enjoyed it, and so far he's at just like at 491, and it's counting down from that 500 to 1. So he pretty much has everything set, and he has had some pretty good comedians and everything covering those albums with him. But I really enjoy that podcast. You all have a good one. Evil Corny out. What up, Aries?
Aries got the shout out this time. All right, Corny, awesome, man. Thanks for the double tap. And
That was good to hear.
yeah, absolutely. And that podcast sounds pretty cool. It's interesting to hear people talk about some of these great albums, and that's a lot of
top 500.
Top 500.
Jeez.
That's a lot to commit to, though.
Yeah,
So
that's a tall order, man.
Yeah. So not sure if I could make it through all 500, but maybe I'll check that out. All right, next, let's go to our buddy, First Time Mike.
What's up, Trick or Treat family? This is First Time Mike. Usually I got some funny quips to say, or, I got hearty hellos for everybody as usual, but I'm not in a, and, I was going to do a quick double tap, but then I just wanted to spend a little time to talk about somebody that passed away just today as I record this on January 2nd, 2019. 3 people died today. Captain Daryl Dragon of the Captain and Tennille group from the 70s, who some of the older people listening might remember, and Bob Einstein, who was on Curb Your Enthusiasm, but who I knew better as Super Dave Osborne, comedian, stuntman extraordinaire. But the one that really hit me today was the passing of Mean Gene Okerlund at the age of 76, and for any wrestling fan, especially of a certain age, in the 80s, for me, you knew Mean Gene Okerlund. Mean Gene was the backstage interviewer for the WWF and later in the WCW. But for me, Mean Gene Okerlund was as much a part of my personal golden age of wrestling, the 80s, as Hulk Hogan, as Roddy Piper, as the Macho Man Randy Savage, as the Ultimate Warrior, The Undertaker. Generations of wrestling have been interviewed by this man. I've never met him. Now part of me regrets I never went to when he was in town at several wrestling events to get his autograph and tell him how much I appreciated him. But Mean Gene Okerlund interviewed all the greats, from the highest to the lowest, from the jobbers to the superstars, and at every point in their careers. I think that even a local friend of one of my foster brothers was interviewed by Mean Gene Okerlund when he was did some wrestling back in the day too, and I always loved how Mean Gene Okerlund pushed whatever story was along, but always maintained that kayfabe of the professional interviewer that could be jostled, but always asked the questions no matter how ridiculous, but always usually kept his composure a lot more and kind of stayed out of. Mean Gene was about interviewing the wrestler, making them pop, and moving the story along. And I will miss Mean Gene Okerlund. It's part of a part of my childhood that went away, but I just wanted to say a little bit about him. And in the Great Wrestling Ring in the Sky, when before the match goes, all the greats of wrestling are being interviewed now by one of the greatest, Mean Gene Okerlund. this is first time Mike saying good night, and I'll have some funnier things to say later on, but I had to get this off my chest. So, love you guys. Hope everybody's New Year was great. Bye.
Some great words, first time Mike. And yeah, we did mention it earlier, but we didn't really, spend much time talking about it. We were talking too busy talking about other stuff. But yeah, I mean, there's never going to be another Mean Gene Okerlund, you know. And if you watch wrestling at all, like, how many times have you pretended to cut a promo and say, you know what, Mean Gene, or let me tell you, Mean Gene, like whatever, like whenever you pretended to cut a promo, you fucking invoked his name because he was the guy,
I think one of the last things he did, didn't he do a commercial, like a Sprite commercial or something like that?
I don't know.
It came out like maybe a couple months ago.
Even I did, Mean Gene, and I was more likely to do, Tony. But this is my present for you because you're a prick. I hope you like it.
Look at the picture Anthony sent to us for Police Academy 2.
Greatest comedy of all time.
It's up there.
That's for you. I hope you have pleasant dreams about it.
Anthony says Gene,
doubt I will,
Gene, Heenan, and Gorilla. I guess they're all together now.
Why don't you show Aries? This is what I gave Montezero for being such a good friend.
Yeah, it is. I mean, obviously, like he was getting up there in age, but it's never nice to lose someone who you think of so fondly, and
he was a voice in the background.
He was a legend. He's a legend. Yeah.
One of my favorite things that he did was, and it was just so funny. I'm sure you've seen it.
What were you showing everyone?
That's why I gave him a present for being such a nice friend.
Yeah, I want to see what the present is.
Was the interview that he did with Dr. D. David Schultz in AWA.
Yeah.
And he's talking about how he wants to try and find a woman, but he couldn't find a woman because he was in San Francisco, and how he found a lot of men that look like women, and Mean Gene just starts cracking up. He is dying. They had to take the camera off of him.
What's the Mean Gene, the one you were listening to earlier where he says, you prick?
Oh, when he was, that was with the Natural Born Thrillers.
Well, there's the Survivor Series, too, where the thing falls down and hits him.
Yeah,
and
he
he's
goes,
like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he says, fuck it.
Yeah. No, we gotta play that in tribute.
Yeah, we'll just play one. This is,
all right, that's what...
Why can't I hear it?
You've been pretty good at running your mouth soft so far, but tonight you're going to have to back it up with action.
Yo, Gene, let me speak on this, all you cranberries and strawberries. You like my shirt, Gene? You want to touch it? That's enough.
Hey, real good impression there, you prick. What about the rest of you piss ants? Anybody else want to do impressions?
Hey, man, why don't you shut up?
What do you call him? Hey, blow it out your ass, O'Hare. I got guys that can take out your kneecaps. Watch that.
Hey, I got suspended for leading the beatdown of a bitter, pitiful old man. We need you tonight. Listen here, cameraman, I want you to pull it in real tight. You're looking at the group of the most genetically jacked superstars in WCW. We've worked long, we've worked hard, busting our ass. Now we're going to start kicking yours. Filthy animals, you're going up against the future. What you got? 2 midgets, a bald guy, a cheese whiz sucking trailer trash hoochie? Hoochie. I'm a gambling man by nature, and odds aren't looking good.
What a faction, huh?
Wowzers.
Oh,
they were the future.
Yeah.
What happened to them?
They could have been the next NWO.
Was Chuck Palumbo the only one that actually did something?
Oh, that was Palumbo, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was Mean Gene doing like a heel thing at that time, or was that just?
Nah, it was just their
spill
way of
over
trying
from that Attitude Era.
Yeah. But Mean Gene could throw him with the best of them, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, when he really wanted to.
Oh, man. All right. Well, we have one more voicemail in 2 parts, actually. Let's hear from our buddy, Carlito!
Word up, Trick or Treat Radio. It's Carlitos. How you guys doing? Happy New Year.
Good, man. Good.
Missed my chance Sunday to give you guys my top movies of 2018, so I would like to give you that now. If
Lay
you
it
guys
on
don't
us.
mind. I'll just keep it at 5 because I'm not really good with lists, and I'm tired because my supervisor made me work overtime today. So,
asshole.
So here we go. At number 5, it's Upgrade. This was a fun, futuristic science fiction actioner, and it's good. It's great. And, we'll just go ahead and go to number 4, and that would be Hereditary. I really loved this film. Performances were fantastic. I thought it was creepy. The tension built up really well. I dug the last quarter of the film. I know a lot of people didn't, but I did, and I think that's a really, really good movie there. And we'll go ahead and go with number 3, and that would be Mandy. And yeah, Mandy's great. You guys talked a bunch about how great that movie is, so I won't go into it too much. But yeah, Mandy be my number 3. Number 2 is Buy Bust. Man, I really love this movie. I'm really not entirely sure why, but I just... If I would say, in terms of these recent string of Asian action movies, these really gritty, violent, high-octane, high-energy action films, I would say I would put my money on this one being the best looking. I really love the look of this film. There's a lot of colored lighting. The cinematography is great. The setting is fantastic. I mean, they really capture the look of the slums in this film. It's almost it's not futuristic, but you kind of get that gritty, like in Blade Runner, the rainy sets and the colored neon kind of look of it. Not a whole lot of neon, but the colored lighting kind of helps bring out the atmosphere. And it's not like a super atmospheric movie. I mean, it's just this high energy action film, but it's one of the reasons I like it. And I'm kind of rooting for it. I'm half Filipino and born in the Philippines, and this is a Filipino movie, so I would get behind this one. But but yeah, guys, if you haven't checked out Buy Bust, check it out. Mars did, and he seemed to like it a lot. So, and then my where am I at? That was my number 2. So number 1 is, of course, Kuso. Man, I love Kuso. Kuso's great. I'm surprised you guys hadn't mentioned it. No, it's not Kuso. I'm sorry. It's, of course,
that was
it's,
2017.
The Night Comes for Us. I mean,
The villain.
Yeah.
Kuso. That would be actually, Kuso would actually go under my what the fuck did I just watch award. But but The Night Comes for Us is my number 1, of course, for all the reasons everybody expounded upon and all that stuff. So I won't go into that. But anyway, as far as the Dear God No award, I would, I saw some bad movies this year. I guess for the one that actually released this year, I did see A Tasteophobia, and I think I would probably give it to that. I was gonna give it to China Salesman, but I think that movie was released last year. But I did see it this year. I'm just gonna give it to China Salesman. That movie's awful. Just bland action, bland lead, bland look, bland. It's just bland and boring and dumb. So anyway, that's it. Hopefully I didn't take too much of your time. I do have a double tap. It's actually a single tap, and I'll just give that in the next message. So I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye.
All right. I think it's a short one, so we'll just do the single tap. Get Carlos, get his voicemails in there, and then we'll end things. So let's hear once again. And by the way, Mars, Buy Bust, you recommend?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. I still have to check it out. So there's that. And good list, Carlitos, and glad to see Night Comes for Us tops your list. Speaking of which, if people haven't listened to our 2018 year-end show, we do our master list and run down. We give our individual top 13s and then add up all the points and give the master list for the show of the Trick or Treat Radio top 13. The top movie may or may not surprise you. I don't know, depending on where you fall. But it was a lot tighter than I anticipated. I thought that it would be between, I thought number 1 was going to be number 1 with a bullet. But no, it was pretty close to the top. So check out our 2018 year-end special if you want to hear about that. It was a little lighter than years past. I think we just did about 2.5 hours. Raven Shadow cut out after about an hour 45 minutes, but it's cool.
Yeah,
Listen,
whatever.
well, hey.
All right, let's hear from Carlito one more time.
Hey guys, Carlitos again. Just wanted to do a double tap right now. Actually, it's a single tap really because that's the only thing I got around Christmas time, and it was more of a present to myself. Nobody got it for me, and if you guys really wanted to know what I got for the holidays, it was really just towels and blankets and stuff that I need. So nothing too exciting, but what I wanted to share was actually something I shared on the Fib not too long ago, but since you guys wanted to do double taps, thought I'd share it on here. And that is my Ultimate Edition copy of Mandy.
Nice.
And I bought this on Diabolic DVD. And what this Ultimate Edition Mandy, or this Mandy Ultimate Edition has, comes in a, I guess it's a leather-bound case, about the size of a record case. That's kind of what it looks like at first. And it has the title, the black metal style title on the cover. And on the back, and it's black and in red, and on the back, it has the Nicolas Cage's axe that he made in the film. With foil embroidered, metal embroidered, not like real metal, but makes it shiny. So that's what that is. And inside it has 4 discs, 1 Blu-ray, 1 DVD, 1 CD for the soundtrack, and an extras disc. And it also contains 4 lobby cards, 1 poster, a record of from Jeremiah Sand himself. So I get to listen to his music. Dimming the lights, bathed in pink, and walking around in a robe wearing nothing under it and stuff.
Ooh.
Feeling empowered, I guess. I'm not sure. Excuse me. And it also comes with a, I guess, a program or a magazine or something like that. And that's it. And it's a pretty nice package, man. I was happy that I got it. One big caveat, though, and probably why you haven't seen it around a whole lot, and that is that it's region B only. So for anybody who's thinking about picking this up, you need to have a region-free Blu-ray player or DVD player or a computer that can play these things. Unfortunately, I actually didn't look that up, and I probably would have still bought it anyway. I'm still kind of happy that I have it, and I could just pull Mandy off Shudder anyway, so it's not like I can't watch it. So, but anyway, that's it. That's all I got to share. So, again, you guys have a happy New Year, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.
All right, Carlitos. Thank you,
That's
man.
cool.
And that sounds like a really cool fucking
Yeah, I
set.
never saw that release.
Yeah, I saw you posted pictures of it. It looks pretty impressive. Looks really cool.
Nice.
So I saw that they had, like the album out and a few other things. So pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. All right, well, that is it. Oh, wait. I thought I had one more. Let me just double check. I thought that there was one more. Yes. I forgot to. You know what? I'm gonna wait on this one just because it says double tap. So since we're gonna do the double tap next week, since we had other stuff going on, we will hold off on that. It is from Dynamo's Kid though, Pabst. So Pabst, we haven't forgotten about it. It's just it's getting late, and we're doing double taps next week. So
And Pabst has a real mommy, not a shoe mommy.
what?
He wasn't born from a pregnant Ishaki.
Oh right, that. Wow. And the episode's going to end on that note, folks.
I'd like to congratulate my cousin. I just found out who was named one of Pulse Magazine's 10 people to watch in 2019.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. What does he do?
What's he?
She. Thank
Oh.
you very much, Cro-Magnons. She apparently is newly in charge of the Worcester Tourist Bureau.
All right.
How about that?
Yeah, how about that? Can we do tours? Tourism tours?
Yep.
All right.
Is Castle Wolfenstein on the tour?
Yeah, is it? It should be.
Which is ironic because it turns out her oldest cousin is now in charge of the Worcester terrorism tours.
Perfect.
All right, so that is going to do it. Let's go around the room, you fucks.
Arrivederci, douchebags.
All right, Aries.
So long.
So short. Our boy Anthony says, much love to you guys. Till next week. Thanks, pal.
Next week he's got to be at my house at 2 a.m. tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. All right, Raven Shadow.
Live fast, love hard, die with your mask on.
You should get a mask.
You should.
Yeah, I think you could help.
All right, well, that is going to do it for episode 336. We had a little bit of technical difficulties.
Oh, did someone's
at the
feelings get
beginning.
hurt?
You said something, so I thought that was it. I'm actually... Go ahead, Mars.
No, I'm not doing it.
You weren't here last...
what happened?
The last 2 times, were
You
you?
said I look like Darth Vader, so I hate, I hate all you guys.
Say it.
Just remember, children, wherever we go, there you are.
I want to look on you with my own eyes. He said it.
You better get over the first show of the year, because you know now I'm coming back mean and nobody's getting over again.
You were mean to start.
No, I was not. I fucking told him I didn't want him to die. True or not, I said it.
That's mean for the people who have him in the death pool. All right, so that is going to do it for episode 336. We appreciate you guys kicking the new year off with us. So next week, we are going to be doing Black Mirror Bandersnatch. Go ahead. Reach out. Why? You chuckle like a little fucking kid every time I say that.
It's a funny word.
It does sound a little silly. It sounds like a cartoon.
Yeah, say it again, Johnny.
Bandersnatch.
The whole thing. I like when you say the whole thing.
Black Mirror Bandersnatch.
Bandersnatch.
I didn't say it like that, you asshole.
What's the matter?
Bandersnatch. That's a Raven Shadow saying that. So we're going to be checking that out. It should be an interesting discussion because it is a choose your own adventure. And I would love to hear from other people on this. And maybe it'd behoove us to get somebody smarter than us to join us next week. So maybe we'll look into that.
Well, there goes our double tap next week.
And we will do the double tap next week. So I apologize if you're looking forward to the double tap. But now you can plan for it. So if you guys want to give us your thoughts on Black Mirror Bandersnatch or a quick single or double tap, please feel free to do so next week. Podcast at trickortreatradio.com. As always, we like hearing your voices. But you can also send an email. So that is going to do it. And we appreciate everyone who hung out in the chat room. Everyone who's going to listen to this on the podcast. From Castle Wolfenstein, we'll see you guys next week.